we're live, everyone. All right, we're live. This is nice jazz hands. Up, okay. There's George now. Derek, now you wave. All right, let's all do a wave. All right, so I'm gonna go. There you go. Yeah,
Woo!
yeah. All right.
Unkind
kinda
finger
worked.
gesture.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, we're back.
Well.
This is the unofficially Goons Gone Wild, where we have the council of Dead Dondus, aka Rob, aka Tallest Man Alive, aka Silver Fox.
No,
And,
thanks.
and we have George, aka Snake Bites, aka Daddy Longlegs, or also
Yeah.
Daddy Discord. I'm claiming that now.
Daddy Discord? Okay.
Daddy Discord. And then there's me, Head Goon, then G Phone. For I don't remember. Wait, what's it? What's it? G Phone 1Q95
71195.
That's too many numbers. Okay, we're here.
Oh,
We're gonna.
Kick's back up. Don't worry.
Oh, well.
It's too
oh
late.
well, it's too late.
Oh wait! It's not too late. I can hit start.
Yay! Okay, cool.
Right.
So, the
Hello,
council.
Kick people.
Can you not interrupt me?
Sorry.
Okay, good. Oh god, Rob's overheating. So let's something out of his mouth. Oh god.
Absolutely.
All right.
Sometimes you need a moment.
We're here today to discuss some retro
Yeah.
gaming.
Yeah.
What was that?
This is off to a great start.
What
I
was
see.
that?
Yeah.
He's just like, yeah.
You were yelling at Derek for interrupting you, so I figured I'd just do it.
So you interrupt me
Jump
too?
right in.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
exactly what happened.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah. Apparently, these two sly foxes down here love their retro games. I actually, here's my question for everyone. What is a retro game at this point? Like for me, I almost consider it like PS1 era and below. But
I
think
feel like
Yeah, got drop.
like as it stands right now. If you give me a second, I'm gonna have to like pull something up here. I forget where the exact cutoff is at this point, but I want to say like the cutoff was like PS2 era now, or that we're getting to that point.
I was gonna say I think we're close to it being like 360, PS3, and Wii. Like that's almost retro at this point.
are we going by
But
just years?
I guess if we're going by like the official nomenclature or whatever I'm supposed to say that or whatever, it's
words.
widely accepted that anything before 1999 would
Really?
be considered retro.
Okay.
Okay.
So that would be PS1 era.
Yeah, that would still count that.
Yeah.
I knew it. Yeah, I just because I think some people just go by the amount of years it's been out
Right.
versus like I don't know. I could never see myself saying, "Oh, the PS2 games are retro" because they seem fluid. They like if it made the PS1 to PS2 was such a huge jump from like pure polygons to like actual 3D models. Like really, I think like 3D models without
I'd say
edges.
earlier titles were still kind of working out the kinks on that because
That's
I know
fair.
there was like because around the time my brother had gotten his PlayStation 2, like some of the stuff, like you could definitely tell there was a pretty sharp jump in graphics, but they were still kind of ironing out the kinks by then. Because I mean, you can tell like towards the end of PS2's life cycle, you could tell things were getting like much more, I guess, graphically efficient than they were like for like launch titles like Kengo, Godai Elemental Force, Gran
That would make
Turismo
up words.
3, I think was a bit of an outlier there, but still. Yeah,
Gran-
basically it was still a very sharp jump up, but they were still kind of figuring things out and what they could do with that console and its power.
Gran Turismo was on the PS2.
Yeah, Gran Turismo 3 and 4, I believe, were on that with this spin-off game, Tourist Trophy. That one was just strictly motorcycles, if I recall correctly.
Oh,
I think so. Yeah.
I didn't know there was motorcycle racing games. I thought it was just like dirt. No, wait. No, what's the one with the dirt bikes? Motocross?
Well, there was that. Midnight
Yeah.
Club 3 was
ATV.
also, I think it was like Midnight Club 3, or was that like, it was either that or the dub edition. Also
I think-
added motorcycles in that
Yeah,
as well.
I think just the straight up Midnight Club 3 had bikes, but there's also like the MXGP games. There are like just straight up dirt like bike racing games. they're few and far between, but like MotoGP and Road Rash, but I mean, it's not a racing game per se. It's a racing game like Carmageddon is a racing game.
Carmageddon.
Twisted Metal.
Tell me
there's
Racing.
an old one
you
for
don't know Carmageddon?
I've never heard of that Carmageddon.
Oh my god, it's an old PC
Are you
game,
serious?
and yeah,
I didn't really
Never
get
heard
into
of that. It's okay. So you haven't heard of Carmageddon? Have you heard of Interstate 76?
What is that? Final Destination 2 or something? Like, what? No, I've never.
Oh my
I've
god!
never
Get this
heard of
kid out of here! Oh my
wait, I've
word!
heard. Wait, hold on. I've heard of a Crazy Taxi.
okay.
I'd still count that. Yeah.
Burnout.
There's that. Need for Speeds. I'm pretty sure. Not only did they have console releases, I'm pretty sure Need for Speed also was like predominantly on the PC to begin with.
Really?
I think
Yeah,
the
I believe in like
original
the
one-
old original ones were, and they
I
still
think
released
so.
them on the because the like what was it for like Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit and High Stakes as well as Porsche Unleashed were like visually and like almost gameplay wise and everything like that almost like a different game experience compared to their console port releases.
Huh.
Let's see.
You know, this might be a hot take, but even though retro is like 1999 and below, I consider the first PSP kind of retro because like
Oh,
it had
100% at this point.
one analog stick.
The
like
PSP though, it was way ahead of
it's a
its
classic,
time.
right?
all
Right, it's ahead of its time. No, I agree. No, PSP was amazing in every sense of the word. I personally consider it retro just based on like its.
I mean,
its
that was
build
around the time of PS3 though, so I wouldn't really know if I would be the person calling it a retro console. I mean, I
Right.
guess at this point because we're somehow in 2023, but
Yeah, I don't know how I
I
made
could
it.
just be dating myself.
I could just be. I date you. I'll date you. I'll date you.
Get in line.
No, that's ridiculous. It's my podcast. I'm first in line. I don't know. I just
Girls.
because
Spoiled baby syndrome.
I don't know. It's just like with the PSP, it was just not only a classic, but it like the build of it just felt like in today's world, it just feels old. A PS2 to me
kinda
doesn't
just-
feel old, but a PSP feels old to me.
Well, I think that's just
I-
because it was
maybe
like Derek said,
honestly.
it was ahead of its time, but it was clunky. Like it was a clunky gaming platform.
I felt like I was holding a chunkier DS, really. And I think
Yeah.
like I only had that console for I think like the Mega Man X remake that they did for that and Dissidia Final Fantasy. I think that's like the only thing I had that for because I bought it off of somebody with a check. I remember that.
Dissidia, for myself, Crisis Core, and the Monster Hunter game that was on it.
Oh,
That's all I played on
yeah.
it.
For me, it was Too Fast, Too Furious, American Pie, American Pie 2. Are we
The
done
UMD
yet?
movies, yeah.
Yeah. If you bought movies for the PSP, you're officially a Giga Chad. I don't care what anyone says.
I remember watching a season of
Like,
American Dad
absolute
off of
Giga
somebody
Chad.
in the school bus while they were on their PSP.
What?
Pretty lit. Yeah,
Wait,
somebody got like American Dad episodes on their PSP, and I got to watch that stuff while I was on my way to school.
That's amazing.
The wonders
I
of
would use
modern
my-
technology.
I would use my PSP for adult content because you could download them and save them on the PSP memory card.
I played your
My
PSP.
boy,
I-
there were a couple different ways you could have gone about that. You could either
What?
hop on the family
Look, I
computer.
was
or you
young
could
and
get your own.
naive. All right.
Derek, you got to remember that when you played his PSP, it's not that his analog stick was stuck.
Right.
Sticky.
It's that
It
it was
was
sticky.
sticky.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
encrusted.
Yeah.
I thought
You go to
PSP
touch
got-
one of the buttons, you just
I
hear an
didn't get
audible
the
crunch.
white PSP. All right. I
Yeah.
had the black PSP.
Oh, he
It just
homebrewed it.
became
Nice.
white.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ew. Okay, you just took homebrew to a completely, like, a completely new level.
A whole new meaning.
Oh, you homebrewed it. Ugh.
We made it what? How far into this?
Like country girls make
10
do, man.
minutes.
10 minutes? Not even 10 minutes.
Not even. No.
Not even
No,
10 minutes.
Like, All right, but who here owned Ben 10 Race Against Time for the PSP? The movie,
did.
the live action?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so as a rule of thumb, when it came to games, even in the retro age, it was like an instinctual thing. I knew to stay away from the licensed stuff. It's like I could smell that it was shovelware.
What did it smell like?
It smelled like a poor attempt at a cash grab, TBH.
A poor attempt? I don't know.
I don't know. Because I know some of the licensed games were actually not that bad, all things considered, but a lot of some of the ones I had received in my youth and played were not like. Mm-mm. I was a miss.
Really?
I don't know. Some of that shovelware was pretty fun, though.
Like what?
I can't really think of a specific on PSP. But
Okay, so you can't even think of a
like on
specific.
360,
All right.
on 360,
That's not
like there was that
retro.
terrible Avatar: The Last Airbender game.
That's not shovelware though. That was
That's licensed shovelware.
Shovel-
They didn't put any effort. Their budget went all to the
All right,
license.
so wait, what about Sneak King and all the Burger King games?
Gold?
Oh, that
Absolute
is a
Sneak King
example
the
of it.
racing one, Big Bumpin'. Big Bump. You're gonna look me dead in the eyes and tell me Big Bumpin' wasn't a good game? All right,
I'm
come on.
not saying that. I'm just saying, are you considering a shovelware?
All right, go buy a
No,
copy.
no.
Right
Those are like AAA titles. Like, come on. God of War can't compare to Big Bumpin'. All right.
They
Sneak
can't even
King had
turn out a
5
half-decent burger,
achievements.
let alone a video game. Jesus,
That's
dude.
right. Sneak King had
Could you
5
ride the
achievements,
King's
and it was
Whopper a
all
little harder,
point-based.
please?
Yeah. Oh my. The King. That was the glory days of Burger King.
Wait, did you say each game had only 5 achievements?
Yeah. Well, Sneak King definitely did, and it was all point based. It was like get certain amount of points in X level or whatever. Hold on, I'm trying to.
Yeah,
look it
you
up.
find it because I need to know.
I'm pretty sure I 100% in that game. Oh, 12 achievements. Sorry. Yeah. Unlock all the levels, complete all the challenges in all the different levels, achieve an A rank on all the challenges, score 100,000 points, and that's literally all the achievements. It's like challenges, points, and beating the levels.
I mean, how long do you think they expect you to play those games, Derek? It's like,
Oh, a lifetime. It takes around 15 to 20 hours to unlock all the achievements, right? I probably put hundreds of hours into Sneak King just for the giggles.
You might actually
pure-
be a sociopath. I'm not.
yeah,
gonna lie to you.
I can see that.
You know, sometimes I've been told
You know
that,
what though? All I'm hearing is that there's gonna be a Goons Games and Gear Sneak King speedrun is all I'm hearing.
You wait.
If you own it, I mean, if
100% walkthrough.
emulation.
I'm sure he has
Yeah.
like 6 copies the way he's talking about it.
I have access to unlimited copies of that
Wait,
game.
did you
right?
guys know there's someone who's actually collected who's trying to collect every copy known to man? We talked about it a few months
Yes.
ago.
Yeah, I remember we talked about that.
Yeah, it's Derek.
I believe it.
That's why he never lets me in his shed. I was like, "What's that? Don't go in there! Don't go in there."
Don't go there. It's sacred.
Remember the Breaking Bad scene where they lay on the the giant pile of money in the storage unit? Yeah, I just picture that with Sneak King.
And it's
There's,
just covered in Sneak King copies.
Oh yes. I guess that. Anyway, now, all right, so I guess we're kind of in a more or less 2000 or earlier is really what retro gaming is. I guess that's
Right.
That
That's
would
fine.
be where I would throw it. Yeah, like
okay.
because we're at the point with gaming, right? That we can have retro and then we can also have vintage, right?
Oh, that's fair. Yeah,
I
can see
mean,
that.
vintage
Because-
would be a.
Vintage would be like
I don't
Atari,
know.
NES.
That doesn't
uh,
even include
yeah,
GameCube, right? When did
Vintage,
GameCube
yeah,
come out?
it's like ZX Spectrum, or I guess ZX Spectrum for anybody listening overseas. I guess it'd be that Commodore 64,
Yeah.
Atari, Amiga, Jaguar, stuff like that. At that point, I would say it would be vintage. NES, I guess,
Or
would
no,
probably
would-
fall in that. I mean, I guess
would-
it would fall in that category because they were making games as early as the late 1980s with that.
But so I guess my question to you, right? Because there's usually 3 tiers. There's retro, there's vintage, and then there's antique. Would you say that Commodore 64 and the like would
Commodore
now
64
be
and
antique,
ZX Spectrum and whatnot, I'd call those antiques. Yeah, I'd be
and then
inclined to call
vintage
those
would be
antiques.
like NES. Shit, what else was there with the NES? It wasn't Sega. Sega didn't
Dreamcast.
come out yet, right?
Like
Dreamcast,
classic Game
yeah.
Boy, I would say.
Oh, the first Game Boy was out like after that.
Yeah.
Wait. So
Well,
is
the first Game Boy was out when I was a kid, but that's because I'm old.
Yeah, it was during the 90s. The
Wait,
NES was in the 80s.
Derek's
Yeah.
PSP considered or homebrewed PSP considered a vintage console? Or
That's an
a
antique.
That's
That
an
deserves to be in a museum.
Don't
That's
touch
just
it.
a hate crime, actually.
If you
No.
touch that thing, it
Hate
crumbles
crime.
to dust at this point.
They're like, why were you whitewashing that poor PSP? Like, what did it ever do to you, man? How are you going to tarnish its identity like that?
It's hard to say though that like retro starts in 1990. Like GameCube's definitely retro at this point. Like I wouldn't
don't-
consider that like
really?
a.
See, I wouldn't call that retro.
Yeah, I would
mean,
call it retro.
I feel
Really?
like that would be
I-
towing the line
I
because
don't
like
know.
PS2, Xbox, like original, like OG Xbox, and GameCube. I feel like that would be towing the line with retro. But I mean, we're so far along now. It's like,
Yeah, I think that's the most difficult part when it comes to gaming, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm in the mindset of anything before 2000 would be retro.
Right.
Give it like a I know roughly like my normal thought process is like 25 years. And we're not quite there yet, but at this point, you know, what's another 2 years?
Right.
We're just getting old. I think once you hit 30, anything.
Yeah.
Once you hit 30, games
Joy
actually
just
become
leaves
retro.
your body. There's just
Oh,
no
yes.
thing anymore.
Oh, that's only at 30?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
you're
started
matured really
that
fast.
young. I started
Yeah,
young.
yeah.
I'm talking like 12, maybe
Yeah,
10, 8 possibly. All right. All right. So then, I guess collectively, what do you think is like, or what is your favorite retro games then, or game? Like we're talking 2000 and below.
right,
And
so
you
you got
can't say Mario 64.
NES, Super
I
Nintendo,
feel
and
like
N64
top
to like
one.
choose from. Nobody's picking Sonic.
feel like
there,
just
there was nothing
one.
on the Dreamcast. All right, come on.
You can't pick Sonic, you can't pick Doom, and you can't pick Mario 64.
All right,
You
so
can
then
pick
you
Doom.
can go screw your face
Yeah.
o'clock. No,
Yeah,
I
no,
don't
you
care.
can pick Doom.
I know. I'm
There-
joking.
there's
Doom's a
nobody
classic, right?
telling
That
me
game
that
is
Sonic
like
is their
that
favorite
game came
Come
out
on.
the same year I was born, if not maybe a year before. The game
You're-
is literally as old as I am.
You're 48.
I'm 30, you dingus. God, what is it with people calling me old? Like he's 4 years.
Dude,
Sorry.
you look like you're in your
4 years
30s.
older. He is 4 years older.
All right, but all right, sorry. So what's your favorite retro game?
Are we doing like a top 3, or do we actually have to pick
No,
like
you-
one and
you-
only
top
one?
3. Do
I
a
give
top,
top
3.
3. Yeah, top 3.
Can I include GameCube and stuff? I don't know. All right.
If this
No,
was a
I guess
GameCube
for the sake of
episode,
it-
Hold on.
All right.
Hold on.
All right.
I feel like for the sake of it, I think we can allow it.
Okay.
2001 in Japan. North America, November 18th, 2001. You know what? Sure. We'll say there's a 20-year gap. Anything that came out
Alright.
before 2003.
So we got GameCube, PS2, and Game Boy Advance in the mix now. Then
and OG Xbox.
and OG Xbox.
Yeah, I'm
Those
sure
are definitely retro systems. Yeah.
I don't know. I've never thought PS2 was a retro system.
Anything
Dude,
still on
that thing-
AV was
first of all-
is a retro system.
That
right?
the disc tray on the PS2 was legendary.
No, they're mind-boggling steps.
That's what it
forward
was like
from,
20
the
years ago when those
N64.
consoles were coming out. Like,
Yeah,
it was like
Uh,
2023.
But anyway, top 3s. I don't feel like going first, so somebody else can take my turn first.
All right, so we're including GameCube in them?
Yes, we
no. Are we okay?
Yes.
We can if you want to, I guess. But
Let's see.
anyway, go.
All right, if we're talking GameCube 2, I'm gonna say Naruto Clash of the Ninja, Naruto The Love of My Life, and Naruto The Naruto Experience. Yes, those are my.
All right, where's the off button on my?
Not a honker simulator.
Yeah, is there like a mute function like there is on Discord?
I mean, I can meet you guys. If I don't think.
Oh, of course.
Like
All
I
right,
can
realistic
report to
answer.
All right,
stream for like hate speech,
I'll go first.
right?
I'll go first.
Here we go.
I got
Go
one.
ahead.
I got one. For me, Majora's Mask is definitely like, but
Okay.
Always a solid
but-
pick.
well, Majora's Mask, Mario Kart 64, because I just had so many great memories of Mario 64, and I'm not sure if this is more nostalgic for me, but Vector Man 1 and 2.
Oh, that's such a good choice.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me and my dad, like it was like one of the few games we like played together, like or I watched him play, he watched me play. And it was just really good memories. But Vector Man is just such a like I'd say like a cult classic, I guess, right? I
It is. I would absolutely
Yeah.
call it a cult
Yeah,
classic.
yeah. It's just
I
such a
remember
great
when
game.
my
thought
dad's
that Peter-
girlfriend had found a or she had found like a Generation 1 Genesis in her closet,
Uh-huh.
and they ended up giving it to me. Just no strings attached, no nothing. Like here you go. We know you're gonna like this stuff. I'm like, yes, I do. One of the first couple of games I got off of Amazon to stock my library a little bit, Vector Man 1 and 2.
They're just amazing games. I like it. Whenever I think
It's an
when I
amazing
think like
platformer.
either venture when I think retro, that's like the first game that comes to mind. Just like, and no one else I knew ever like wanted to talk like knew about it for some reason. I don't know how my dad acquired it, but it was just
It was
a
like
good time.
really tough too, but once you
Oh,
figured
yeah.
out how
I never
everything
beat
worked
it.
and you found secrets and whatnot, like
I never
oh my
beat it.
god, it was
Because I was a
just
kid.
so good.
Yeah, great. I mean, great. So yeah, that's like my. I Vector Man 1 and 2 are like interchangeable to me, so I just consider both. But yeah, those are my three.
Okay.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Thank you.
I guess I'll take a stab at it. So for top 3, Doom on PC. I'd lump
I'd
Doom
say
1 and
Doom in
Doom 2
general.
because it's basically the case. Yeah, I'd say the series in general, but for the most playtime I've ever had throughout the series' lifespan, it was spent primarily in Doom 2 just because of the modding community's just phenomenal dedication to this game and the
When
insane amount of content they've pushed out for it.
when did
Um,
Doom come out for the PC? Was it like actually
It was in
Windows
the
like 98?
90s. Yeah,
it was
I think
I
it was
want to
that's
say it
before
was like
that.
no, because it was DOS discs. It was like in 1991 or 92, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say it was like 92,
Okay. No, I just
93.
but
93.
that would be my
No,
that was
that's yeah.
93. My bad. But I would say that this is a tough one. I mean, I gotta say it. Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I'd count that as one game, and it's just
Oh, Derek.
I spent
Actually,
way too many
you know what,
times
though?
running that
No.
game. Like I can
Okay.
literally I could run that back and forth, and I still come back to that game.
Right.
Find myself coming back to it just to play through it every so often, and
Really?
just stomp my way through it. And then the third one for favorite retro game, I'm gonna have to give this one to.
Pokemon Stadium 2. Yes, that's
No, because I didn't have an N64 growing up.
rough.
I'm gonna give this one to Legend of Dragoon.
I've heard of
Yeah,
it. I don't think I've ever
good
played
choice.
it.
It was
Legend
a
of Dragoon was
JRPG well ahead of its time.
I think
Yeah,
they're putting
just-
it on the PS Plus collection.
They
They
are.
As they should.
Which
Absolute banger of a game. Love it.
which I know that at some point we were going to discuss the possibilities of games that we think need remakes, and I
Yeah, right.
think with Legend of Dragoon coming to the PlayStation Plus collection for like the premium members, we may actually see that. If more people download that, if you have the premium and play it, I feel like it gives more license for them to actually go, you know what? Yeah, let's remake this.
I don't want a remake. I
No.
want a sequel.
Okay.
It's on.
Okay.
Sequel.
Well,
I like a sequel.
I want them
I-
to come out with a sequel for Legend of Dragoon. And I think people would still give it a shot if they added some cool stuff to the already pretty snappy combat system.
Now, would it be Legend of Dragoon 2 or Legend of Dragoon?
Legend of Drag-Tui.
Ratatouille? Yes, that's also a
Drag-Tui.
vintage
Legend-
game.
Legend of Drag 2.
I
Oh,
have
yeah.
my moment, and it's similarly defecated on immediately. I just can't have nice
Well,
things. Somebody else go.
Sorry.
No,
I'm-
no.
I'm-
But I agree. Legend of Dragoon was a great
no,
game.
It's okay. It's okay.
All right.
I'm
Go
the
ahead,
invader
George.
here.
What's your
I'm out
top?
of my element.
What's your 3?
Oh, jeez. All right.
I know it's
Nintendo
Parasite Eve.
dogs,
Go
Nintendo
ahead.
cats.
Did they
While
make a
while
Nintendo?
10 gooses.
definitely a game that I don't feel ever got the credit that it probably should have deserved in Parasite Eve, it's not in my top 3.
Damn. I've never heard of it.
I'd argue that one's also a cult classic.
It is. It is. I would say that it's right there with like Fatal Frame and Silent Hill, the first one, which most people didn't really play Silent Hill until like The Room.
Yeah, fair.
So like the first Silent Hill got slept on, and I remember playing the demo disc on the PS1. I would it would be a falsification if I didn't throw Resident Evil, the first Resident Evil, on this on my top 3.
Okay, that's fair.
Right.
I have an Umbrella Corp tattoo and
Show it
everything.
for
Like
I don't believe you. Show it.
it's on the back of my neck.
Oh, I was hoping it'd be on like the genital area.
Sounds like you're turning around in your chair.
It's a really shitty tattoo. It was the first tattoo I got when I was 18, and it's super small. It's only about like the size of a quarter.
How was it a cost?
It was only like $40.
Oh, I'll show
$40.
you something the size of a quarter.
Are you gonna
Yeah,
show us
it's
a
a
quarter? Yeah, I was like,
Yeah, it's a quarter.
mystery solved.
Wow, we
All
did
right,
it,
so-
guys. Good sleuthing.
All right, so Resident Evil would be on my top 3. Damn. This is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
It
isn't
really is. Like, I'm sitting here, like, that's why I wanted to go last, because I can't, like, decide.
What,
Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
On the SNES, I played the shit out of that growing up, and I would constantly go back to it. A third one though.
Duck Hunt, Frogger.
Duck Hunt was great. But you know what? In the same vein as Rob, I don't want to take Doom, but I remember going to my grandparents' house as a kid and my dad teaching my grandparents how to install Doom on their computer for me to play while I was there. And that was only because he found that was more suitable for me to play there than the other game that I'm going to throw out here from MS-DOS, Duke Nukem.
Duke
it?
Nukem.
Ooh. Build engines are always good games. I'm more of a Blood man myself, but Duke
Okay.
is always good.
I waited 13 years for Duke Nukem Forever, and I returned
How
that
let
shit
down were you?
so fucking fast.
Yeah, I bet you did. No,
So
build engine
fast.
games are actually really good. So, fun fact about Doom that nobody wanted to hear out of me. That
I lost my
game
virginity to it.
had
He said,
I was
oh,
like-
yeah.
Not
I
quite.
To the
just
soundtrack
quite.
for sure.
Right there.
I was playing the
Not
game.
but no, that game was actually installed more than just copies of the Windows operating system around the time straight up. That game
How?
was installed a lot. It was as soon as it got people's attention, it was just a smash hit. People were literally getting entire departments at work offices were getting in deep doo-doo because bandwidth would be getting taken up because
Yep.
That's
people were
amazing.
death matching on company time.
That's
Like
that's how
it
you keep
was,
morale up. I don't know what their issue is.
it was just a phenomenal. I wouldn't even go so far as to call it a game. I call it an experience, really. Sure, it's like a shooting gallery by today's standards, but
Yeah, if
I
I could
no,
I
for
really
sure.
love that game, man.
if someone asked me, hey, what was a better experience? Your the first time you lost your virginity or played Doom for the first time? I'd probably say
Oh, Doom for the first time, easily.
Play Doom for the first time.
Yeah, I probably would too. I would probably throw Doom in there too.
Well, so
All right.
yours is Resident Evil, Doom, and
Nope. Resident Evil, Duke
Oh, yeah.
Nukem, and Link to the Past. Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past.
That's fair. All right, Derek, now it's your turn. You get one shot.
I know.
One
like, I
opportunity.
want to just pick
You
GameCube
risk it for the
games because
biscuit.
like those are like my
So do
diehard
it. Like,
favorites.
so do it. That's the whole question. Like your diehard 3 favorite games from 2002 and before.
Oh god, it's really gonna just be all GameCube.
So do it.
It's got
What
it's
are
got to
they?
be
Just do it.
Melee. It's got to
Okay.
be
Okay.
Melee. Super Smash Brothers. I'm gonna it's Melee, Wind Waker, and Geist.
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 Geist is a game that nobody has ever heard of and Nintendo refuses to acknowledge ever existed and won't remake. But Geist is this game where you play as a ghost and you're in this house and you take over people and that's how you like murder them pretty much. It's just like this super cool horror game from the GameCube.
Yes.
Like literal memories of playing that game over and over again.
Not Luigi's Mansion.
It's literally I could just say GameCube and any game on there. Luigi's Mansion,
Mario Sunshine.
Mario Sunshine.
I'd argue that Pikmin 2
Why
was
am I
probably the
thinking-
best game on GameCube.
Oh my god, Pikmin 1 and
Pikmin
2? Yeah, like Mario Kart Double Dash.
Wait,
Like,
hold
come
on.
on.
Wait, hold on. If we're including GameCube, crap. I have to add Twilight
Dude,
Princess.
Double Dash.
I
Yeah,
have to add
Twilight
Princess.
We literally got the best 2 Zelda games ever on the GameCube. Ocarina fan, sorry. No, sorry,
What?
Ocarina fan.
What?
No,
Sorry.
I'm gonna disagree
Wait,
with
hold
you there.
on.
No,
The
no, no.
Master Collection, what that had Ocarina of Time, Majora's
Oh,
Mask.
right. We got Ocarina fans. You're back. Look. It's good.
It was all there.
It's a
all-
Christmas
literally had a-
miracle.
We had all Zelda games up until that point on that system.
And it
So-
was like
Yes.
the first
All right,
portable
so-
system because it had handle on the back.
Metroid
might
Prime
catch
1 and 2.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Phenomenal
GameCube
game.
era.
GameCube by far was, I think, the best system of
That's
that
it. This is a
generation.
GameCube episode. Let's
I
talk-
love
Yeah,
I love
we're gonna talk
Metroid
about this.
Prime so much.
Oh, God.
I played it
I'll do it.
And I'm
randomized
gonna go
just
off.
because I loved that game so much. And I played like
Oh,
it took me a while to play it because I never got the copy of it, but I played Echoes 2 like I want to say like last year.
right.
God, that was so good. It was
Are you
like
getting the remaster, Rob, for the Switch of the first one?
I might. I'm not gonna lie, that Nintendo Direct hurt a lot when they was like, "Oh, don't worry, you're getting Metroid Prime 4, Metroid Prime for the Switch."
Yeah, there's a big brain scheme of that Metroid Prime 4 is in development hell, so they're just gonna remaster the 3 Metroid Primes and just release them to hold everybody over. Which I wholeheartedly agree with.
I told Derek this last time.
Maybe.
I honestly think Metroid Prime 4 is just going to be a launch title for the next Nintendo console. At this point, why not?
Yeah.
You know, it's just like
Yeah, because didn't they say
Oh,
one was
yeah.
already in development?
well, they have to
It was
restart-
in development, and then they scrapped it and had to completely restart because
No,
like,
I don't
yeah.
mean like Metroid Prime 4. No, I don't mean that. I mean like didn't Nintendo like say that they already are like starting to look at developing a new console?
It's
yeah,
like
I mean,
it's,
I'm sure
it's
that-
like
yeah.
everywhere. It leaks
Right.
everywhere or whatever. But back to the GameCube, right? People who say the GameCube was a bad system because it didn't perform well, like sales wise, you're an idiot. That's literally like the
Calling 'em out.
best console of like library of games we have gotten for a Nintendo console. Like
Yeah,
the
it's-
only thing closer was maybe the N64, and half of the good games on that system were
No,
like,
I wouldn't
rare.
agree with that.
No,
I would
no,
say either
I-
I would say either Game Boy Advance or
We're talking
Yeah.
home
No,
consoles,
Game
not
Boy
not
Advance.
portable.
We learned the other
but if
day.
we're talking
it-
home
it-
console, Super
was
Nintendo.
Pokemon.
Sorry, I gotta give it to Super Nintendo.
I would give it the GameCube.
Mm,
Actually, I mean,
no. Rob's right. Super Nintendo had Mario RPG, and we like
Mario
we were
RPG
eating
was
it.
so the
great.
Wii
We're
U
ne-
had
we-
you could emulate it. I mean,
We're
Nah,
never
it's
gonna
not-
see
that's not the
Gino
same.
ever
That's just
again,
copy and
outside of
paste.
references.
Yeah, Link to the Past, Mario RPG,
You had Link
Mario,
to the Past.
Super
you
had
had
RPG.
RPG.
I would definitely
had
still say
Super
GameCube
Mario
better.
Final
Kart,
Fantasy,
you had
Double
Super
Dragon
Mario World.
GameCube had
Battletoads.
You
Double
had
Dragon.
Super
GameCube
Metroid.
had mini donut discs. You know, the cute little discs.
No. We're not arguing that GameCube wasn't the best. We're arguing who was second best.
and
Oh.
and it was mentioned
Yeah.
N64 until Rob said no.
Yeah, no.
SNES.
Super Nintendo's right. Yeah, you're right. You're
SNES.
100%.
I'd put
You're talking-
N64 at a solid third.
Wait, hold on,
I would put
wait.
it there.
You're talking about best
yeah.
best Switch, best Nintendo console, like second best?
Based off of like library.
Oh, based on library?
Because it's GameCube easily, in my opinion.
GameCube's
'cause
definitely
GameCube
the
just
best.
had
Switch
so many
though,
loud games.
Switch is like solid fourth, and honestly, like it just keeps going up. Like
Is
Switch
that from-
might
is-
be
but
number
is-
one.
Is that because of the Switch games or all of the virtual console games that they're adding to it?
No. We're getting like remakes and like remasters and stuff and ports or whatever. Like they literally
Is it-
ported pretty much everything except for Star Fox Zero from the Wii U at this point, and
Hot
the
take,
HD remakes.
I actually like the Wii U. Probably is one of my favorite Nintendo consoles. Like,
Nah, but it didn't have a
That's
good
such a
library.
weird take.
I
is.
think it's ahead of its time. First, it had its Fisher Price fusion
No,
of
you
it.
can't. You can't think of virtual console. We're excluding like solely games, like physical games.
I mean, it
I-
had
I-
the, it
I
had,
agree
it had the
with you.
remaster,
And it
of
was
Wind
definitely
Waker.
strong.
It had the most amazing
Right.
remasters.
We
of
got
Wind Waker
we
and
got
Twilight
so close.
Princess.
We got so close to eating good again, like the GameCube, and then they were like, "Yeah, we're done with this after 2 years." And it's like, what? But I'm like half chub right now, and you're gonna like stop in the middle of this? Like,
Smash
They
for the
kind of
Wii
dropped
U.
the ball with like the OG Wii. They dropped the ball with that one.
See, but
They went to a more
want
inclusive style to it, and it just
but
I want
the
to
motion
pose something
control
though.
gimmick ruined the Wii. But like the Wii had a really strong library too, with like the Mario Galaxy games. Kirby Return to Dreamland was like the first good Kirby game since like
Okay,
the Game
hold on.
Boy Advance.
Hold
all
on.
right.
The motion
Gonna
control for the
stop you there.
Wii.
Don't you dare talk smack about Canvas Curse.
Was that on the DS? Was that the DS one?
It was
No,
on the DS, yes.
Oh, really? I thought so.
Yeah, like,
But-
you
but
don't
hear
get to
me-
talk smack
hold
about
on.
Canvas
Hear
Curse.
him out.
Hold
Hear
on.
George out. Hear him.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, George.
So with the motion controls, I counter you when you're saying that it like the gimmick kind of ruined the Wii. I bring to your attention Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi 3.
Oh,
God,
oh, God.
dude, the
That was a good
Wii.
one.
Oh, what a banger!
Oh, you
Oh,
could not go
God.
online with that if you were on a Wi-Fi connection. It was
Oh,
it
no,
was
you
wrong.
could- no, no,
go-
no,
No,
no.
there was
If
no
you- if you-
online
look,
play. It didn't
if you're
matter.
pl-
You
you're
had friends.
plugged
They come over.
into if you're plugged into
Uh-oh.
like the highest internet known to man, you still wouldn't be able to play.
No,
No,
Oh,
no.
the servers
With
were
the
so
Wii.
garbage, dude.
And they're still.
But that is
still
one of the
garbage.
games where the gimmick worked. All right, you know how badass I felt playing as Vegeta and just throwing my arms out to the side, going "Final Flash!" Like
You know, you can do that now
What?
on Xenoverse 2 on the Switch.
can you?
Yeah,
I have a
it's
Switch
pretty fun.
Lite.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Well, I
And
just
also-
learned something today.
By the way, you know, in case you all forgot, the Wii U had classics like Ben 10 Omniverse 1 and 2. Hello.
Oh,
But
I
here
mean,
we
another
go
question.
again.
Well, another point I wanted to bring up real quick when you were saying like the Wii U for its library. If we discount remasters, because remasters are not new games, they're not.
Okay.
I don't care what anybody says. If you take the remasters out, how strongly do you still feel that the Wii U is?
Still great.
Be-
Look,
because
okay.
Smash 4.
all a
It's
remaster
literally
is a
Smash
visual
4.
upgrade of a game that had already come out previously.
We got the fast sale for Wind Waker, and that was.
I'm smelling.
That
I'm
was
smelling some
game-changing.
copium there.
Dr.
Look, we're
Luigi,
trying to
and you
just
remember
make
that?
light of that terrible system.
Look,
Uh,
I loved it.
Yeah, that was in the middle of their Year of Luigi thing, wasn't it?
It's literally last
But
on
I-
the
but
list.
I- no, I disagree. Because I have to take everything into
No.
consideration. It had all the emulation you'd want ever.
No, we're
it-
not including emulation.
But
We're
though.
not
that's-
including that. Were
You
you
guys,
not-
you look.
No,
I'm
dude,
glad-
literally
I'm-
clean
I'm
out your
so-
ears.
I'm so
If we're
glad you guys
basing it
aren't.
off
I
of
am.
just system, if we're basing it just off system, the Switch is the best system
It's
because
part of
it
the
literally
system.
has everything.
It,
It
but
literally has everything. You
it
you can't
doesn't
argue that.
have-
It literally
yes,
has
I can.
everything.
I get
As
that.
NES to N64, Game
the
Boy.
emulation has
All right.
changed
Well,
on the Switch.
all right, Mr. Gamer, riddle me this then. Can it make my breakfast?
Because
I don't think it
on
can.
Poster.
I
It
don't
was
think
the
it can.
first
Mama.
console. It was the first console ever you could take to the toilet with you. You could innately play co-op because one had a Fisher Price toy that served as the ultimate map on any system, on any game. Like it was always the perfect interactive map.
My
it was just.
boy, I could do that with the Game Boy. What do you mean?
What do you mean you could do it with the Game Boy?
Like I could literally go on the can with my Game Boy.
Oh,
What do you
yeah,
mean?
I'm talking about a home console though. I just think that the Wii U, you have to consider put these things in perspective as well, about like the emulation, because the virtual console blows Switch Online out of the water. Their emulation scheme changed. Like the main guy who was like the Mastercraft guy for emulation, he left, and that's why we have these terrible emulations of like NES and Super NES on the Switch. Like the fact that the original Zelda actually gets slowdowns on the Switch is embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like
I'm
like
not,
right.
yeah.
Like that's why I think the Wii U had it in spades that it had emulation on it. And you had
I
to
don't
pay
know,
for
man.
it, but
I think I did like my fastest playthrough of Super Metroid ever on the Switch's Virtual Console. It was actually pretty swag. Not gonna lie.
pretty swag.
Indeed.
That's where it had Monster Hunter games. It had Monster Hunter Frontier G. Remember that? 5 to 10 or 1 to 10. I don't
Oh
know.
boy.
New Super Mario
I
Bros. U. New Super Luigi U.
All right, those games did slap. I'm not
Right.
gonna argue with you there, but yeah,
I'm pretty sure it did that.
library wise, it's still the game.
Pokemon
GameCube never-
Pokken, which was I thought was a banger.
Pokken was a
yeah.
Pokken was a banger for sure.
right.
Yeah,
Mario Kart 8, like that's where it originated. It's just no one bought the system. That's why it didn't sell well originally, and now
Wasn't
it's
that
amazing.
Mario Kart 7 now that I think about it? Did they release on that? I thought Mario
No,
Kart
se-
8
se-
was.
no,
Seven was
se-
on the 3DS.
Yeah, 7 was on 3DS.
Ah,
Yeah. 8 was on the Wii U. Granted, the Wii U did have the worst era of Mario Party games known to man, but
They were god awful.
but on the GameCube it shined like brilliance.
See?
Skylanders
Point to
boomed on
GameCube.
the Wii U because of the
Yeah,
amiibo
okay.
support.
And then
Amiibo
slowly
support.
crashed like a plane.
Look, I already had a big problem with Skylanders when it came out because I was like, what are you doing to my Spyro?
True.
Oh yeah, ruined Spyro. We can't accept that. Come on.
Yoshi's
It
Woolly
ruined
World.
Spyro.
All right, Woolly World slapped. Rainbow Cruise sucked for Kirby. We did get Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, which
Yeah.
was 10 out of 10.
Right.
Star Fox was garbage.
True.
I truly believe that like all Star Fox games are garbage except for Adventures at this point, but
Animal Crossing Amiibo
what
Festival.
what?
that's right. And that wasn't even supposed to be a Star Fox game.
Are you
N64 and then Star Fox Adventures are the only unique Star Fox games. Everything else has just been like copy and paste. There you go. There's my
Okay.
hot take that just
Dude, Rob's
shot Rob through the heart.
he's throwing hands.
Rob, are you gonna look at me in the face and honestly tell me Zero was a good game?
I would have liked to have played it, but from what I've seen, yeah.
I can't believe
There's no
you
remaster.
had to. There was controls on the screen, and then you had to use the gamepad, and it was literally like you couldn't even play the game.
Didn't you have to not play it? Like, couldn't you like make yourself not play it with motion controls? Didn't they have that option?
No.
Like, I know you had to use a
You were
gamepad, but I
forced
thought
to.
you had to.
Yeah.
Oh, Pikmin
Maybe
3.
I don't know, but it didn't
Captain
look that
Toad
bad to me.
Treasure Tracker. Breath of the Wild was on the
Captain Toad
was on the Wii U.
slaps. Yeah, but
And
that
apparently it
was a
runs
Switch
better,
game.
right?
Nobody had a Wii U at that time.
True. Hyrule Warriors 1, Super Mario World 3D World, Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. I
Garbage.
never
That
played that
game
one.
was garbage.
Okay. Yeah, but sorry, I said Pikmin 3, Skylander Swap Force, Skylander Supercharged.
Yeah, every Skylanders game. Woo.
Assassin's Creed 3, hello?
Wow,
Oh,
they actually got Assassin's Creed running on that? That's crazy.
3 and 4, yeah. Paper Mario Color Splash. I don't know if that was good or not, but
Paper Mario fell off after 1,000-Year Door. Don't at me.
oh, Mario Maker
Yeah.
with the amiibo support was one of the best.
Mario Maker
ever.
was pretty good.
I mean, Mario Maker 2 is still really good. I just wish it felt as great as the first one. And the fact that they removed the amiibo stuff is mind shattering.
All right, you know what other game I will give the Wii U?
What?
Splatoon.
Oh yeah, they originate on there.
What's
Yeah.
Yeah, it did, didn't it?
Do you
I
know
mean, the
play
Wii
Chronicles
U,
X?
we're not arguing the Wii U didn't have a good library.
I'm
It's just
just-
not
right.
like one of the best.
I see. That's what I
Yeah.
just do. I think it.
You-
I think it was great. So.
You can't compare it to like
I
you know.
will look. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say the hottest take you probably hear. I think the Wii U is better than N64 library. I think that
Well,
like
Yeah, okay, I'd agree with that.
I
Yeah,
would
I mean,
agree
the
with that, but
N64
I'm not
kinda
saying that the Wii U outbeats the SNES.
I
Like,
do.
there's
No, it
no
definitely
way the
doesn't
Wii
beat
U
the
beats
SNES.
the
I
Super
do.
Nintendo.
Wii U could be like number 4 for library. You know what? No, you know what? He's right. I'm gonna give him credit because the Wii U pumped out a great library in 2 years, and it deserves credit for that. So I'll give it like the number 4 slot. There you go. You can have number 4.
I'm gonna give it second slot, but okay.
See, I would have given him
You're
third.
asking too much now. I give you something, you take more than you need. You get number 4, and that's it.
There's just no satisfying this guy.
I know.
No.
Seriously.
No.
hot. Okay, well, did we ever like decide what Derek's retro games were? Oh yeah, you were too conflicted.
Yeah,
You had
I don't remember. It was Geist, Wind
Well, you
Waker, and
said-
Melee. There you go.
Yeah,
Pikmin's
that's
on
what
there,
you
right?
said.
No Pikmin.
It's just GameCube.
You have
know
a
what?
rock.
I'm just
Pikmin.
I'm gonna say
Look,
GameCube as a whole.
we'll
GameCube
do-
as a whole, because every game on there was amazing.
All right,
I
now
think-
pick
and then
two
I'll
more.
say,
I
and then
think
I'll
we need
pick-
Well, I was thinking.
I'm gonna-
I think we're gonna need to have
Yeah,
our
go.
next episode just like talking about Nintendo consoles. I think that's
Yeah.
just
Oh,
like
yeah.
We'll just do that
Yeah,
next time.
there's a lot to say about Nintendo, honestly.
Yeah.
There's just
it's. Hmm. It's gotta be. I don't
come
know.
on, just pinch
It's
it
so
off. Just
hard.
push that loaf out. You know you want to.
I'm gonna
Just
say
get yourself
Pokemon.
off the can.
I'm gonna group these 3: Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow. That'll be number 2. And then
Yeah, well, yeah, it is on the Game Boy.
the original Game Boy Color, I guess, but
Right.
whatever.
Oh, it was the original Game Boy.
Yeah, the
It's
original
just
Game
color
Boy,
would
yeah.
actually
Oh, that's
start taking
original,
advantage
yeah,
of
yeah. And I'm trying to think. I don't really know. Is there anything on the PS2?
that. There was a lot of.
I mean,
cool
there
stuff on
was.
the
I mean,
PS2.
there was. Yeah, but like my top 3. Like, I love Jack and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank in those games. Sly Cooper. Sly Cooper might be up
Ooh,
there.
yeah.
Oh man, I can't bring it to myself to say Jack and Daxter's a retro game though. To me, it's just.
I feel like we might have not have gotten ourselves into
I
too much
know.
of this corner if we forced ourselves to pick one out of each console's library that we've played.
Oh, Kingdom Hearts. If I'm going to pick a PS2 game. There you go.
Ooh. Gosh, if I had to pick a PS2 game,
Fuck. Can I
Yeah,
add
that's
another
my
game?
top.
Can I add
we're
another
capped
game?
at
it's a
Three,
top
yeah.
3, you mental.
Yeah, but mine
person.
had like 5 because there was like 1 and 2 and whatever. But yeah, no, you can say another one.
Y'all are ugly.
Mortal
Just stick to
Kombat.
your script.
Mortal Kombat.
I can't believe I was really surprised you didn't say Mortal Kombat.
Oh God! Oh, nice going, Derek. Oh God, no. Oh, I thought he was gonna destroy something. That's really cool. You know, I wish that would have been. I thought he was gonna like smash his broken TV, which would have been really impressive.
He would have just smashed the little memorabilia there.
No, Mortal Kombat's
God.
got to go on my list.
Mortal Kombat.
I will replace Duke Nukem for Mortal Kombat for sure.
Okay, that's fair.
Get over
That-
here.
That's what I'll do. I will replace Duke Nukem for Mortal Kombat. If I can only have 3. So
There's
Mortal
so
Kombat,
much.
Resident Evil, and Link to the Past.
I don't know. If we're talking PS2, I'd have to say Battlefront 2.
Damn.
Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
that's- I mean,
that
that's-
has to
We're-
be a pick for me.
Right.
All right, if we're including PS2, Shadow Hearts.
I've never heard of that
Ooh,
game.
that's an obscure one. Wow.
Shadow Hearts.
Mhm. Shadow Hearts. It's a JRPG. They had 3 games, and Covenant is probably the second Shadow Hearts. Is probably acclaimed for being one of like the most obscure but biggest cult classic JRPG games on that era. I don't want to say of all time, but of that era. Like for example, I recently was in a store. I won't say the name of the store, but Derek was with me, and there was for the first Shadow Hearts game, a sealed, like, graded copy of Shadow Hearts 1. It was a 9.6, and it was $1,000 for a PS2 game.
What?
Yeah.
Now that's scalping.
They have a graded copy of the Master Collection from the GameCube, and
Yeah.
it's like $4,600 or something like
Yeah.
that at a 9.2 or 4, I think, something
Yeah.
like that.
I think we need to all sit down and talk about some of these retro game prices, because a lot of these
really.
games. I understand that there wasn't.
Oh, the
quite a
scalping
few
on
of
him is
some of these that
insane.
really,
Oh,
there were
yeah.
a few of them that were like get like the mint condition boxes, and even like, to throw out an example, right? The copy of Earthbound that was like strategy guide in box and everything. I think that's still like severely expensive. I'd have to look into it.
Earthbound, yeah, just ridiculously. Even out of box, I think it's still like a $300 game. It's
Yeah,
just
complete in
it's
box.
super.
I'm seeing like the full version of this. I'm seeing this go for $15,000.
15,000? Wow.
Yeah,
That's
I
for
believe it.
everything that was
It's just
included
like a
with this
super
box
rare
set.
game too. They didn't make a lot of copies in the U.S.
And I mean, the only one I see here is like that's a really low price is $36.67, but I can tell you right now that's a repro cartridge.
A what cartridge?
Reproduction.
Oh. You mean like from a third party?
Yeah. So there's a thing that people can do where they can basically flash a ROM onto a board that has the game on it, right? So they can flash the game to the board and then build the little console around it, and that's what's called a reproduction cartridge.
Huh. And how do I get my hands on a reproduction cartridge of Spider-Man 1?
Wasn't that wait, that was PS1. You need a disc.
Or an emulator.
No, I want
Yeah,
I
that
want
too.
physically. I want Tobey Maguire's voice again. I want
We support emulation on this channel. Do what you want, kids.
We support emulation. We support grunt rights
Look,
from Halo.
I am all for emulation, but
Back
I
that
do
up, back
feel
that
that
up.
if you can and own the physical copy, you absolutely should own the physical copy before emulating. However, I know some of these games are incredibly difficult to actually come by at this point. So
Yeah, then it's your only option. Like, who's gonna pay like $2,000 for a copy of Panzer Dragoon on the Saturn?
exactly. But there
I've
is
been meaning to
a
play that one,
restriction, right?
actually.
Like there are emulators that you can pay for and they're legal. Like it's not just illegal at this point. There's a certain line where the licenses expire and then emulation is now legal.
Really?
You just
But
pay for the
usually,
emulators and ROMs,
and
yeah.
pay attention, kids. This stuff's important. From when I started doing this, the legal nature of emulation is that if you did not rip the game files from a cartridge or disc or whatever have you that you own, you can download it. You're allowed to do that, but you can only have that file on your computer or any sort of digital storage of yours for 24 hours. Anytime after that, you got yourself some illegal product there. But if
Yep.
you ripped the files yourself, that is legal.
Really?
Yep.
Because you own it.
Yeah,
You
because
physically
you
own it. So if you rip it directly from the disc and or cartridge, it's yours. It's your property. You purchased it.
Huh.
I did some looking into it before I started doing this. I mean,
I thought I just had
it doesn't stop the like hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of people that do this practice by the literal second. But that's the U.S. law, if I recall correctly, surrounding it.
I thought it's like if you just can't make a profit, like you can't sell it, you can't resell
No,
it.
the thing is with that is you cannot, like, you can rip these for archival purposes and whatnot, and just to have a different medium to play it, as long as you own the original hardware. But if you're like throwing together like a collection of these and throwing them on an SD card on a Raspberry Pi and selling it as your own emulation software, or like
That's
your own
illegal.
like little emulated arcade little thingamabob or whatever without going through licensing, yes, that's illegal. You cannot do that.
What if I sold it to you and then bought it back?
Right.
Well, you still made a transaction. Now we're both in hot water. Congratulations, you screwed us both.
Then we could both be in a hot tub. I don't know. I'm seeing only wind here.
I'm seeing only prison time.
Well,
Or
we'll be
fines.
jailmates. Jailmates,
I-
hello. I'll be your like your.
I feel like my
your
will to
muscle.
keep talking in this gets lower and lower every time you open your mouth.
Oh, but I like opening my mouth. All right, what were we talking about again? Totally like, we're talking about before emulation. What we're talking about, like top 3 games, but
Yeah, we were
We were
talking
top 3 games, but we
and-
can't limit
Oh,
ourselves.
you
because
wanted
there's just so
you
many
wanted to
bangers
add a
out there.
PS2 game.
I did.
Rob and George added one.
Oh,
Yeah, you said you wanted to.
I never played the PS2, so I don't have any.
Oh,
I only
sure.
played at friends' houses. Yeah.
Oh, fair.
Yeah. I only owned an N64, I think a PlayStation 1 for a hot minute, and then then Xbox and 360 and PS3, and then so forth.
Yeah, because I remember that OG Xbox. I remember playing the Aliens versus Predator. I think it was like that like RTS one at your place.
I forgot.
You know what
about
game
that.
I miss playing on the OG Xbox? And
Halo?
I know that it's not the first of its time. No. I
Halo
mean,
2?
Halo, sure, but no, on the OG Xbox. And,
Doom 3.
you know, maybe it's my interest in relatively obscure. I don't want to say overly obscure because I know that there's super obscure games that I have not played. But Jet Set Radio Future was so much fun to play.
Didn't they come out with a sequel like in the last year?
No, I don't think they came out.
Or is it a remaster?
Future was the sequel to the one that originally came out on the well, it was
That was like
Sega.
Dreamcast, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah, and even that game was fun.
It was definitely an interesting one, and that's another one of those cult classic ones. I still see people talk about that from time to time.
Yeah, Jet Set Radio Future. Future, I think they absolutely stepped up and made it better. But those are 2 games that I would love to play again. Or if we're going to segue into like, you know, remakes or, you know, new titles of Jet Set Radio is one that I'll throw on there. I'll play that.
All right, I'm going to go all in on this one if we're talking about remakes.
Okay.
What?
No, go ahead. No, go ahead. You weren't done.
Oh, I was going to say,
clearly I'm in the wrong for
most of the
interrupting.
games that I want to most
right,
of the
Peach.
games that I would want to remake for are not popular enough to actually receive a remake, period. Like, they're never going to do like a new version or a remake of Jet Set Radio and Jet Set Radio Future. They might remaster it, but we're never getting a new IP from it. And I don't know. I would love one. But a bunch of my other games that I have that I've thought about multiple time again, I'm like, yo, it would be great if they did this one and this one and this one. And then I think about it and I'm like, I'm the only one who really fucking likes these games. Like, I can mention it to you guys, and
Right.
aside from me talking Derek's ear off about it years ago, like, he probably wouldn't know him either.
Well, I
Rob
guess we can
might.
oh wait, no, Rob, you want to say something?
I did, because I want to put forward a remake or remaster or whatever have you.
Uh-huh.
No one I know plays this game. No one I know absolutely wants this apparently as bad as I do. I want to see a Kirby Air Ride remaster. I need to see something Kirby Air Ride. I need it.
I think they want a sequel. I think at this point it'd be a sequel, but
I would.
I
Love
never really
another
played
one,
it as a kid, and I just got it because it was like one of the games I was missing. from
Exactly my
like,
point. You could
GameCube
literally play that
collection,
game one-handed, and I would kill so many hours playing City Trial. It's probably why I like roguelikes so much.
one-handed.
Yeah, you could literally play because all you needed was the control stick, and you could assign like the A button to like the L button, L shoulder, and you could literally play that game one-handed.
Did GameCube games allow you to reassign control schemes?
Some were.
Really?
I was going to say,
I think,
depending on the game.
I thought like that was like like 360 PS3 kind of thing, if that. I don't remember it being on GameCube at all.
No, but it was a thing. I
Huh.
distinctly remember it. But Kirby Air
Yeah.
Ride, that's my pick.
Well, I
Let's
mean,
see.
I have more than just one, but
Look, hold on a second. I gotta attend to this comment here. Hi-Fi Rush is the new Jet Set Radio, I think. Hi-Fi Rush isn't Jet Set Radio at all. I mean, like the graphics, the animation, sure, but
Aesthetically
like
wise,
aesthetic,
maybe.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like not like Jet Set Radio is literally like a futuristic skate simulator, basically, right? That's the
yeah,
gist of it?
you're a tag, like you're literally a tagger, and you skate to the beat of music, and like you
Rhythm-based
tag,
action game.
like you're spray paint, like yeah, it's I don't know.
He's busy trying to work off a chub. Just let him cook. Let him
Yeah, let him
cook.
cook.
I mean, that's not my major one. I'm just saying that's a game from the OG Xbox that I miss playing that was maybe more obscure.
That's
But-
interesting. It almost looks like a. I feel like I'm getting like Sunset Overdrive vibes from this.
From Jet Set
But I could
Radio
be
or
wrong.
the
I know it's like rhythm based, but like I don't know. It's just like the art style and just how vibrant and colorful everything is, just from the
Yeah.
images I'm seeing. This kind of reminds me of like Sunset Overdrive and Jet Set, of course.
yeah.
But yeah, that actually looks pretty interesting. Overwhelmingly positive on Steam.
Dude, just play on Game Pass.
I could do that,
Oh.
or I could just
Oh.
do what I was planning on doing this evening and playing Warframe.
No,
no,
we
no.
playing Binding of Isaac.
Yeah, we're playing
Yeah,
Isaac
that's
card
fair.
game.
That's fair.
Wait,
here I
so
am.
Rob, so yours was Kirby Air Ride, basically. Now, was it a so? Well, hey, if you had to pick one, remaster, remake, or sequel, what do you pick?
Remaster.
Remaster. Huh.
Because they've already proven that Kirby remasters can slap City. Like
Yeah,
you can
true.
look at the Return to Dreamland one, amazing. You can look at Kirby Superstar Ultra, which is the proof I'll put forward in the most in for. Like Superstar Ultra was amazing, the definitive version of that game.
Yeah,
As someone
I
that played
want
through
it.
the original SNES one and then played through Superstar Ultra, that was a definitive one. They've proven that Kirby games get the respect they deserve with remasters. And if they remastered Kirby Air Ride and threw some extra stuff in there too, I'd buy it on the spot. I don't care how broke I was. I'd
They
make it
just
work.
need the add online play, like official online play that wasn't poo poo caca.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. I try to get I go pro with it. I go MLG.
I can't believe I know a Kirby Air Ride master. What's your secret? Yeah, you really gotta hold on to the star. It's pretty important.
You just gotta, wiggle the stick back and forth sometimes, just the game just kind of plays itself. You just kind of gotta steer a little bit,
Wait, hold on.
press a
I didn't
button every
realize
so
you
often.
pick Kirby Air Ride, but not like the Sonic version. What was that racing one called? Like Sonic
Free Riders, Sonic Free
Yeah.
Riders, or whatever.
No, Sonic is a free
I mean,
rider.
I don't really have to do that
Oh,
because
sorry, I mean freeloader.
that game, like I think it was like Riders and Riders Zero Gravity actually do have a modding community behind them, and they were making like a championship edition or something like that for it that just kind of like changed some mechanics around, as well as just kind of balanced characters out and whatnot. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Sonic Riders. I thought it was actually like a really cool game, but I got to give it to Kirby Air Ride.
I want to see if there's any like possibility of a sequel. Like, is there anything in the works? But
Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
No way.
They refuse to acknowledge that this absolute banger of a game exists, and I'm still mad about it.
Mega Sakurai just doesn't understand how racing games work, even though he apparently made a masterpiece. I mean, I know he owns Kirby, but did he have did he play a part in Air Ride?
I don't know.
I mean, it's made by HAL Laboratory. The racing game acquired joystick and exactly one button to play.
And they're not wrong. One button and a control stick is all you need, and it's like going to be one of the best experiences of your life. I love that game.
Let's see. Twitter user Nakolik of All Source Gaming provides translation of Sakurai's thoughts on the subject. Sakurai said many great games have sequels, and knowing when to release sequels takes some know-how regarding games maturities. It's difficult to deliver on the images that people have in their mind for sequels. So that's a vague response.
That was
I mean,
pretty much. It was a vague response, but they basically said, "Lol, no."
I don't know. I mean, everything else is getting
So
remasters.
thanks, Sakurai. Thanks.
When did that release? 2003, July 11th. Did you buy it on release day?
It was one of like the
Oh,
first games
sorry.
I got with my GameCube.
Sorry, I'm sorry. That was in Japan, and it was October 13th for North America.
Yeah, it was like I don't remember when I got my GameCube. I want to say it was like I was still. I think I was still in middle school when I got that, but that was like one of the first games I got for that console.
Yeah, Sakurai did. Yeah, he was the director for it. Yeah, I got my GameCube because my dad just
Make another one.
My dad got too pissed off that my brother wasn't sharing the 360, so I got my own console. I was like, stonks, win. This is I gotta emulate it. I never played it, but it looks the fact that you only need two inputs sounds hilarious.
I think we should really get a night going of it. I think it would actually be pretty fun.
Oh, did they add did modders add support for online?
So the emulator Dolphin itself has multiplayer support, so you can actually do it that way.
God bless Dolphin. God bless Dolphin. God bless Pascal.
It's how I ended up playing Chibi Robo. Actually, I was surprised by that. That was a really like
Chibi Robo has multiplayer.
No, it doesn't have multiplayer. But like, just speaking of Dolphin, that was the whole reason I was able to actually try that game out, because I remember wanting that as a kid, and I never really got around to asking for it. But I played it years down the line. It's like I don't really. Because it's basically just like you're just this little robot going around doing menial tasks and whatnot. And on paper, it doesn't sound like it'd be an interesting game, but it was like oddly charming. Like I didn't know if I'd have fun with it, but
speaking of Dolphin, did anybody else play Echo the Dolphin on Sega Genesis?
Yeah,
I played a little bit of it, and I couldn't get out of the first area because I couldn't figure out that you had to like jump out of the water a bunch of times.
Yeah, but Echo the Dolphin, that's another one. Give me a new Echo the Dolphin.
I heard that one was like really difficult.
Echo, yeah. Games. People forget that games, when we were growing up, were way harder than games now. Like,
yeah, you ever take a run through a Shinobi 3 on hard?
Or Ghosts and Goblins. Okay.
All right, we're all right. So, profanity aside, we're talking about playing retro games. We're not talking about the good old CBT.
CBT.
I can't say that on a public stream. I'm not trying to get you guys demonetized like last time.
Cognitive behavioral therapy.
Dolphin makes Battletoads look like cake.
Cake? Yeah. I love cake.
And, just coming from a guy that actually did play through Battletoads, you know what? I would be inclined to agree with that. Even though, I didn't really get to play a lot of Echo the Dolphin, but wow. Who knew that playing a game with a dolphin would be the single hardest thing on the Genesis library?
Right?
My problem is I don't know if it would want a remaster or a remake of Vector Man, because if you remake it, I'm afraid they're gonna mess it up. They're gonna ruin it. But
yeah, that's one of those games you have to be careful with.
Yeah,
it was known for snappy, fast gameplay, and I'd almost argue that needs a remaster if you're going to do that.
I would go remaster collection. Just just like, because Metroid Prime, that just released, but that's 3 huge, like not huge, but like full scale games versus. I can't imagine remastering Vector Man 1 would take a lot of time. It just, I think if they just remastered, there's only 2, right? Or is there 3? I think there's only 2, right?
Yeah, there was only 2. Vector Man 1 and 2.
Yeah, if they just remastered both of them, I think that'd be like a really easy sell, even though no one really knows about it. But my hope is that it comes to Switch Online. At least I can get that, but it's not there yet, apparently.
I mean, I could still play
Yeah.
my physical copy, so I don't have that issue.
Ooh, I play with a copy because I have everything. Aren't you
Video
lucky?
games.
Video game. I need to go back and beat it for just for my dad's sake. Like I need to get past the plane level. I need to beat that double-headed dragon thing in the forest. Um, those two are particularly what come to mind. So
I need to go back and beat 2 now that I think about it.
I don't think I beat either of them. I was too young to be like to put the time in. But yeah, that's I guess that's mine. I want a remaster of a collection of 1 and 2. That's wait, Vector Man's on Steam? Hello?
Oh, it must be one of those
You
like
could have been
emulated
playing
Sega
this
ones.
whole time. You're screwed.
I had
You
no
could
idea.
literally
How
be
much it
playing it
cost?
right now, man.
It's only
Yeah.
$1? Oh my god, dude! It's on.
What
I
a
am-
steal!
Does that Vector Man 2 though? That's the real Vector Man 2.
It's both.
Yeah, yeah. Do I pay 99 cents each for nostalgia? Yeah, I'm paying it. I want it. I'm gonna get it. But it's not compatible with Mac. No.
I mean, that's your
Whoa,
L
whoa,
for
whoa,
buying
whoa,
it
whoa,
in the
well,
first
yeah,
place.
Who's
yeah,
that? Whoa, we got a
yeah.
guest star?
We got a guest star.
Yeah, that
Check-
would be one of the cats.
Can you bring him on stream?
Out of here.
Can you-
He is
hold
not friendly.
like this Klon Rob.
Little turd.
I have a hissing contest on stream soon. All
It's
the
not the
cats.
friendly one.
I know
You
you had
don't
a
have
friendly
cats?
one.
No, the friendly one was one I got from a friend of mine that had to. He was moving out with his wife, and he was pretty much just like, "Hey, I need to downsize on animals. Can you take the cat? He
Aw.
knows, like, he knows you. He's really comfortable around you." And we ended up getting him that way. But anyway, besides the point, that's off topic.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Just to mention, just go off that for 1 second. I think for one of our streams, we need to all have our cat on like the screen. Just that's the thing talking for us.
I mean, I gotta be able to get that guy goat.
All right, I
Just a cat
gotta
stream.
get permission to get my cat to bring her here, and then I can do it.
All right, that I
My
like
cat
it.
doesn't live with me.
We'll do like a
Yeah.
bird's eye view and just like of it in a certain area. I think it'd be great. Or on our lap, whatever works. So yeah, I'm gonna go with remaster of Vector Man. Derek, your turn. What are you gonna do?
Oh,
What
I've
is
got more
this?
than
We
just
want
one.
what remaster we want?
Remake, remaster, like of an
Geist.
old game.
It's Geist.
Remake,
Nintendo. I tweet at you
Geist.
like once every week. Just remake or remaster Geist, please.
What would you rather have though, a remake or a remaster?
That's the question.
I guess a remake. I want a remake in the sense of like the Dead Space remake, though, where it's like everything's pretty much exactly the same, just like
Right.
better graphics, better controls.
Okay.
So
I
not
can feel
like
that.
I'm trying to think. What did they remake in Blunder recently? I guess really nothing.
Well, we have.
But I
yet
know
to
there's
see-
something.
Let's look up bad remakes.
It's like Knights of the Old Republic, I would say would be the remake I want, but I know that's coming, and I'm so scared that they're gonna ruin something
Oh,
from the
the
original.
The
so-
Last of Us Part 1 remaster, that's just not it's just worthless because it didn't need it. Nothing
It didn't need it
matters.
after X. We
the
had a
remaster
remaster.
of the remaster.
We didn't need a remake.
It was just like not even a remake. It was like, oh, we added more dirt. There you go, remaster, remake.
All right.
Dirt flavored.
I've got
dirt,
more.
my favorite.
Oh, wait, GTA Trilogy. That was a bad remake.
That's it. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, they really dropped the ball on that one.
Right, that was just really really bad. I'm trying. I found like just ones I can relate to. Warcraft 3 Reforged when that came out, 2020. Absolute dog water. And they also like tried to profit off of like your creations. I believe they had in like the agreement.
Ooh, lovely.
Never. Yeah, it was like because what was made because of Warcraft? There's some like super popular game now that like it was originally a mod. Oh, maybe it was Dota.
No. Oh yes.
Yeah,
Dota was
right. It was a
a
Warcraft
mod,
mod,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
then they're like, oh, if
Yeah.
someone else makes something super popular, we'll just like put in the agreement that like anything you make, we can profit off of, and like we own it. It's like, okay, well, you guys
And
suck.
that led to League of Legends, and look at
And
us
it did,
now.
yeah.
It was-
Riot like 100% was like, oh yeah, you know why we're successful? We took these things that were like somewhat popular, and we just focused on it, and now look.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's the
I,
L for
I
you guys
want
for
their
playing it.
fighter. I want their fighter to come out.
their fighter. What? Oh,
They,
yeah,
they,
yeah.
yeah, they have a
Fighting game.
2D fighter.
I'm not really.
I want it.
As long as I can see
I want
Caitlyn and Vi kiss, that's all I care about.
Oh, you know what would really be good? So they had a fighting game on Super Nintendo that was like
Clay
a
Fight?
Gundam one. Gundam,
Oh,
no, not
Killer
Clay Fighters,
Instinct?
unfortunately.
Oh my god.
No, not that one. It was Gundam Wing Endless
Oh,
Duel,
Mortal Kombat
and they
2.
did like a fighting game. Can you stop?
He
original
said it's
Mortal
Gundam
Kombat.
Wing Evolution.
Hold on.
Is that what
I
you
said Gundam Wing Endless Duel, right?
Oh, there you go.
So it was like
Endless Duel, yeah.
you know, kind of a bare bones ish fighting game. I mean, there was like 10
Oh, yeah.
characters, like 9 and with 1 unlockable. I'd love to see another proper go at that.
I've got a Genesis fighting game that I would love I would say a remake at this point, but I wouldn't want them to completely fuck it up. Which was Primal Fury. Or Primal Rage. I'm sorry. Primal Rage.
That's a good pick, though. I remember that one being really good.
You know,
I mean, they had there was for a second Primal Rage. It was on the Genesis. They did come out with one on Sega Saturn and the SNES, but it wasn't as good as the original one, in my opinion. And it was very simplistic, right? Like you're giant creatures. So like there was a King Kong-esque, and there was like a giant raptor and stuff, and you're fighting, and you have little like tributes and like worshippers on the ground, and you could like kill your enemies' worshippers and stuff. I don't know. It was very simplistic, but I would love to see that get like redone. Also on terms of fighting games that I would love to see come back, Bloody Roar.
Bloody Roar, that's another good one.
I told you, like, I've got obscure games.
You could turn into a furry mid-fight. It's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
That's what makes it crazy.
And you can combo that, so, like, your animation into... Oh, man.
Yeah, I might change mine to...
I mean, I can't even really say I want a Killer Instinct I can't even say I really want a Killer Instinct remake because they already did one, and it was...
And it was awful.
I'm gonna go on... No, I'm going to go on record and say it was great. It was amazing.
What if we got a remaster of Soul Calibur 2 for the GameCube? So that way we can play
They did a remaster of that on the PlayStation 3, if I recall correctly.
Really?
Yeah, it was on there. Yeah.
Yeah, but could you play as Link?
Yeah, I had that too.
No.
Oh, yeah,
no,
it
didn't have it. It didn't have any of the exclusive characters. Actually, no. I think it did. I think it had Heihachi and Spawn, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
I thought Link was Nintendo exclusive.
Wait, but then why did PlayStation had Heihachi and someone Spawn?
No,
I think Xbox had
they
Spawn.
Split three exclusive characters per console. The first one, PlayStation 2, had Heihachi from Tekken, of course.
That's cool.
In case you don't know. Xbox had Spawn from the comic Spawn, and then GameCube had Link.
Yeah, I played the GameCube version, and it was slapped. It was amazing.
Soul Calibur 3 had Yoda for Xbox, and it had Darth Vader for PlayStation.
Yeah, those are exclusive.
Didn't that one also have Star Killer too?
Did it?
I think there was
I remember Soul Calibur 4 having Star Killer. Oh, he wasn't an exclusive?
No, I think he was. I think he was an exclusive, but was it for the Nintendo? The Apprentice.
Let's see. The Apprentice really.
Soul Calibur 4. Yep. Opposite console DLC characters: his Master Vader and Jedi Grandmaster Yoda. So he was.
Which? I think it was just DLC.
It's been a while since I played. It's been a while since I played Soul Calibur. I remember picking up the new one, and I had a lot of fun with that.
I want to. I know it.
I
Like,
wish I got into it. I think 4
yeah.
was the last one I really like played.
I wish I got into it because you could use the character maker and use it online, and that just seems like a lot of fun.
I got a friend group I'm hanging out with up here. I was hanging out
Dude,
with up here in
jealous.
Michigan. I got
Yeah, you
I
have
got them to
friends?
stop playing Soul Calibur 6 because I was so good at it.
What?
You
Like
bully.
I had a disgusting Siegfried that they just could not get through.
What? Why did you play as Geralt or Geralt or however you pronounce it? Or how about like Cube
Geralt.
Man?
Sometimes you pick up so see, it just seems like in some of these fighting games, like I'll pick up characters and try them, and I think that they look cool, and I'm like, oh, that's actually a really cool character. Let me try him, and then their play style is just it's a miss for me. Like it's just like
Right.
I'm an unga bunga type of guy when it comes to my fighting games. I like big stick hit good fast but dead. It's why characters like Astaroth and Nightmare and Siegfried are perfect for me because I like being able to have big reach and being able to, time stuff and whatnot and being able to work around those weaknesses. I can account for that. I don't want to have to play like 4D chess while I'm playing somebody like Geralt or Link, even where I have to micromanage, like, well, not even micromanage, but I have like it's just too many options. Just give me the stick, I'll get it done.
Right.
Just give me the stick, and I'm gonna win. You're a winner. You know that? You're all winners in my book.
I don't feel like a winner, but thank you.
What do I have to do to get you to stop feeling down in the dumps, man? What is it gonna take for you to put that just big old smile
You know what
on your
it'll
face
take?
and say,
A Geist
"Dang,
remake.
I'm winning,
Yes.
bros."
A Geist remake.
What if it was a Pikmin?
Wait!
collection?
Back to the Nintendo discussion. The Wii had Mario Super Sluggers. Are we forgetting this? The Wii slapped.
But you can play that
Oh
on the
my
Wii
God.
U.
All right.
I'm glad your brain just
what
caught
was
up.
it?
But
So is that what
I know.
Superstars? Okay,
I'm 20
it's that
minutes back,
Superstar
sorry.
Baseball one on the GameCube, right? Am I the only one
No,
that
it wasn't
like
the
feels
same.
like that
It
game
wasn't
was
the
cheating?
same.
I feel like that game was cheating. Like really, I was thinking like, there's no way I can be this bad at a video game because I was getting my Dookie rocked in at like every
dude.
opportunity at Superstar Baseball.
Super Slugger, so we just got it working on, I think, Dolphin, and it is. God,
I'm so excited.
It's
can't
so
wait.
good. We need it has to be this year. A new baseball game.
Yeah,
Just make it Super
that's the
Slugger
next in
2,
the rotation. Come on.
or just do a remaster with online. Thank you. That's all. That's all you have to do.
Yeah, that's all I need. Nintendo.
They're just gonna throw all that attention into tennis for some reason, and then maybe a Mario Golf at some point. But
those are already
past that now.
Those are all done. Literally, baseball is the last sports game that they can do. It's the last one. They got soccer. They got golf. They got what's the other one? Soccer, golf. Oh, wait.
Did we get an Olympic Games before
tennis.
we ever got like a current Olympic Games before we ever got a baseball?
Not on the Switch yet, no.
Good. Those Sonic and Mario at the Olympics are stupid.
Like, it literally feels like I'm playing like licensed trash. I remember playing an Olympic game on the N64 and remember thinking that it was better than their first attempt at the Olympic Games for Mario and Sonic.
Those games were those are premium shovelware. I don't know why anyone would actually buy those games.
It's just another little entry. It's just another entry, another teeny tiny little small entry on the massive pile of absolute dog water that is their shovelware license titles.
I'm still stuck on like games that I want brought back or whatever. So like I'm also thinking about it, and I know they're obscure games.
Wait. Yeah. I'll put it this way: one remaster, one remake, one sequel for retro.
Oh, okay.
I think that's a little better.
Oh boy.
Fuck.
I want a remaster for the collection of Vector Men. I want to say that's not all right. I just challenged myself to a hard question. Um, sequel.
Congratulations, you played
Uh,
yourself.
Oh man.
I don't know.
All right, I got it.
Well,
I
okay,
got it.
Go.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I want a remake of Primal Rage. I want a remaster collection of Bloody Roar 1 through 4. And I want a sequel to Jade Cocoon. Not Jade. I want an official Jade Cocoon 3.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm glad you reached one person
Um,
in the audience who knows what the hell you're
Yeah,
talking about.
you know what? I
Because
Who knows what
probably
Jade
did. And you know
Cocoon
what?
is?
That one person is screaming right now, going, "Fuck yes, he's right."
Yeah, you just got a Dream fan. I don't know if I want a sequel to Pokemon Coliseum or if I want a sequel to Sonic Adventures 2.
well, you got a
Uh,
sequel to Pokemon Coliseum. You just
oh,
got
okay.
Battle Revolution. And
Okay.
it was
Okay.
dog poo-poo.
Yeah. Okay. Like a proper sequel, but I think I'm gonna go with Oh wait. Did Legacy of Kain ever get like an actual sequel? No, right?
No,
Yeah, there's
because
two of them, right?
Because the last I heard of that, they were still working through Raziel's stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah, but those weren't.
There was like
I
a
thought-
bunch of spin-offs that like the subtitle
Yeah,
was
it was-
Legacy of Kain. But
Soul
Yeah, but they're
Reaver
fin-
2 on PS2 was an official sequel, but
okay.
Give me yeah, so I guess I'll go with I want Sonic Adventure 3 and that's my sequel. And then I guess for a remake, I want a remake of like Mario Party 4. That game was amazing.
actually, so hold on real quick because I'm looking it up. The games for Legacy of Kain, there was Blood Omen, Legacy of Kain.
Yeah, that's one.
Then there was Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. Then Soul Reaver 2. Then Blood Omen 2. Then Legacy of Kain Defiance and Nosgoth, which was a multiplayer game. In response to a series of internet leaks, single player, the game was intended to be viewed very much on a separate branch. Crystal Dynamics were not involved in its development. The game officially shut down its servers May 31st, 2016. So, but it began open beta January 2015, and it shut down servers like a year and a half later.
Nah. All right.
Also,
okay.
real quick, I have to make a slight addendum, or maybe Rob wants to take it. I don't know. Mega Man Legends 3.
Oh my God, yes! It's not going to be what I want to pick, but yes.
All right, I'll replace
they
Jade
tried,
Cocoon
they
3, but I will
canceled
hold
Just
it
give
in my
me
heart.
a third one. I need to know what happens.
I know.
They were so
I know,
good.
man. They were so good.
Well, actually, a
But,
remaster
alright,
of Curious
alright,
George for the.
so-
I got it. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. I know what I
I
want.
feel like
So I
yours are
guess-
going to be memes now, yeah?
No.
remake,
I have
um,
serious picks only.
Okay, now let's hear.
All right. You go ahead and then I'll go
No.
last.
Okay. I want a remake of Geist, but like keep it the same story wise, just update the graphics and gameplay. I want a remaster of the I didn't really think of the remaster. Damn. I want a remaster of I'm gonna say Minish Cap. I like don't change much, just update the graphics. Even if you wanna no, I still want the 8-bit, but
I'd rather take a
like,
sequel
maybe a
for
little
Minish Cap.
nicer. No. Because I want a sequel for Dragon Ball Raging Blast. I want Raging Blast 3 with everybody in it. Because Xenoverse, it's like close, right? But it's not the same. I want like Raging Blast 3.
I don't. I mean, that I completely agree. Wow, but at the same time, I don't because it's like Xenoverse 2 basically has everything, and it's hard to. Wow. Also, double side note, the local recording stopped for this, like to my hard drive because it ran out of space. Fun times.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Thank God
I guess
YouTube
I'll.
saves it and you can download it.
I guess then it's my turn. So remake. Well, I've already got my remaster. and I've got my sequel in mind, but the remake I want to see. Uh,
You can say Armored Core, Rob.
I
can
don't
say
want to
Armored
say
Core.
Armored Core. I don't want to say Armored Core though,
Because we're getting a
'cause-
new one. I know. That's why.
Yeah, it's just it wasn't a game I didn't get to play a lot as a kid, so I can't really say that for certain. I did get Armored
I
Core
want
2 later on down the line, and that game is Slap City. I love it, but um, if I were to remake Godzilla Save the Earth,
Oh God,
Oh
yes.
God! How did you
Uh,
say that?
Yeah, that's
like I would, we are
big brain,
overdue for a kaiju fighting
huge
game
big
like
brain.
that.
Yeah,
We
that
are
was
so overdue for that.
That's the
I would
pocket
take a
pick we're
remake of
looking
that,
for.
updated graphics, more monster or more kaiju, the whole 9 yards. Maybe get some Ultraman in there. Hell, why not? My remaster was gonna be Kirby Air Ride because
Okay.
I'm ride or die for that little pink puffball.
right.
And then my sequel was gonna be Legend of Dragoon 2.
Right. Okay. Can we get a Cow RP sequel? Can we
It's
get that
not
like
retro
crowdfunded?
Can we
I'm gonna start a GoFundMe.
forget the sequel? Can we just get the servers back?
Yeah, seriously,
Can-
Beyond. I don't know what happened to you, but come back just for Cow RP.
Do we know if it's
Maybe-
offline or are we just assuming?
I don't know. We're just assuming.
Maybe Derek.
Sounds like it's
This
you
Derek
need
is
to
the
wait.
only one that will agree with me. What about a remaster of Blood Rain?
Oh my God, Beyond might still be a thing.
Blood Rain?
Ooh,
I never
I
heard
like
of
that.
it. Blood Rain. Is it like
Blood
everyone gets
Rain.
like AIDS or something?
No.
I think
You're
Beyond
a,
still exists. By the way.
Your terminal cut on Steam basically takes place before World War II, and you play as Rain, and that's the character's name. They made a movie
Whoa!
off of it.
Beyond, holy moly! Beyond was responsible for. I wondered why that name sounded familiar. They did Space Station 13.
Yeah, dude, Beyond had unbelievable classics such as there
Yeah.
was like a Dragon Ball Z custom game which was amazing, Cal RP, like Red and Evil games,
God.
Naruto Wars. It was just
Oh, Naruto Wars, dude, that was so much fun. Ah,
That's insane, dude.
yeah, Beyond was amazing. Absolute like hard hitting games. Woo!
There's still like 2,000, just under 2,000 people still playing Space Station 13. That is the only thing keeping them afloat.
oh,
Derek.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently in summer of 2020, Ziggurat Interactive bought the rights to Blood Rain franchise and other titles from Majesco and intends to revive the series with Terminal Reality.
Oh, thank God.
We might see more Blood Rain, but you're a female Dampier set right before like World War II, so you're like killing people with like vampiric powers and stuff, and
I remember the spank material being pretty on point.
Oh,
Yeah.
Rob, God.
and we back.
I
I
feel like that just goes without saying, but 6 1/2 dozen of the other. I'm sure the gameplay was
Rob,
good.
What about a new like Shinobi? I know you played that.
I would go for it only if they stick to the side scroller platformer.
Really?
Only if they go for that, because that's where the game series excelled. Because to my knowledge, that is probably one of my top favorite Genesis titles, and was probably one of the only games I will ever consistently want to go back to, because I've never had a smooth action platformer that ever felt like it. The music was amazing. The mood was amazing. The graphics were amazing for the time.
for time.
Everything felt snappy and smooth. It was just, it needs to be a side scroller platformer, or I'm not buying it.
And if it's not,
Then I guess I'm just gonna go about my day. Probably just go to bed, go to work, and
Let's go to bed.
continue on.
I can see that.
Live with the eternal disappointment that I can literally have nothing nice in this day and age anymore.
Oh, dude.
There
I
was
agree.
another like ninja game that played on what was
Ninja
it,
game.
PS1. Yeah.
PS1 was Tenchu. That would be the one you might be
Tenchu,
thinking
yes. Yes. I would love a new Tenchu.
I would.
Actually,
You know what? I
need to
I
add
would
that to my
pick it up
list that
just
I'm
out
gonna
of
record.
principle.
I
No, which
have
ones
more
are we
games
gonna
now
do?
that I need to add to my. What's up?
Which one were you gonna do? Or were you gonna just do as many as you can? Because Wrath of Heaven was pretty boss. I remember playing that
Wrath
one,
of-
and then I think like 360 they had like Tenchu Z, I think it was called.
Yeah, and then there was also like Tenchu Stealth Assassins on the PS1 as well. But no, I think I
Yep.
was gonna do Wrath of Heaven.
Wrath of Heaven was a really good one.
Yeah.
I especially like the third character you could unlock in there. It was just a doctor assassin dude that would just like snap people's necks on the spot.
Yeah.
What
Amazing
weird game is
experience.
this?
It was
Dumb.
literally like 10 missions to a character. You were playing as literally like either like 2 ninja characters, and you could unlock a like an assassin character.
Okay.
And the whole point was just to like get into an objective and just murk everything in your way, but not get caught because you got penalized for that.
Huh. Rob, did you ever play Shining Soul 2?
Shining Force, as
No.
it was originally known as, I played Shining Force 1. I did not beat it. I got close. But Shining Soul, I never touched.
Oh, there should be
I
two
think
different
Shining
games, right?
Soul was like a different departure, if I remember correctly, from like because like Shining Soul back in the day, or not Shining Soul, Shining Force back in the day was like Fire Emblem was, where it was like you had a set amount of units, you would level them up, and it was just that whole tactical whatever. But I had a lot of fun with that one. It was kind of janky, but it took some getting used to, but it was really fun. But Shining Soul, no, never got the chance to.
I'm just waiting for it to be on Switch from like a Sega Genesis or from a Game Boy Advance copy. I can dream. I can dream. All right. Excuse me. All right, then I guess the last thing I had on my list was biggest disappointment for a retro game. But like, was any games you bought you're just like, wow, this sucks then, it sucks now.
Duke Nukem Forever. I don't care that it's not a retro game. Duke Nukem Forever.
It's almost retro for how long it was in development for like 15 years. Like,
I tend to only really gravitate towards the good stuff, but like,
right.
Yeah,
Was there any that just sucked though? Like, I would say Zelda 2 sucked. Zelda, that's
yeah,
a
I
retro game,
watched
that-
you guys do that.
yeah.
That was an exercise in frustration.
Yeah, Zelda 2 I was not a fan of.
was
I like
walking
the
on nails.
original.
Well, the original's the classic timeless
yeah.
one, but like 2 is it's just this child
Bad.
you just kind of
Bad,
kick into
bad.
the basement and forget that it ever happened. Tell your wife to try harder next time, and then just
Oh,
pick up
God.
the pieces and move on.
Well, I picked Zelda 2. So
We
you
don't
guys
we
can
don't
pick-
advocate for like anti-women stuff here. No, we don't do that. It's just a hypothetical.
What is I'm trying to think of like the
But-
worst GameCube.
I'm trying to think of like bad retro games.
I mean, I
but-
remember Constantine, like the video game, was unbelievably terrible, but I don't think I wouldn't consider it retro. I mean, I personally never had fun with Star Fox, but that's just me, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's see.
This
here.
is a really hard one. I can't think.
I
of
know.
anything.
I gotta.
Oh, I know. Rascal on the PS1.
Never heard
As
of
far
it,
as an
right.
obscure
Never,
title, it
yeah.
controlled like it was just this really obscure, weird one. It controlled like dog water. It played like dog water. It was just
Dog Water.
it sucked. Well, I can't say the other thing I'd like to because I don't want to get you guys demonetized, but
Appreciate it. You can't demonetize
But
what's
it
not
was just-
monetized, but I understand.
it sucked. It was just really bad.
Hmm.
And
Oh,
I think it's
I'm
still
gonna
bad
say
now. It
Sonic.
doesn't hold up.
There you go.
Sonic?
Sonic as a whole.
Just classic Sonic.
Other
games
than
or-
Adventure 2, yeah. The OG Sonic. Like at the time, I guess I had fun with it, but looking back, like those aren't great games.
I'm surprised
listen,
you
the
didn't say-
classics are the classics, and I will play those games until I'm blue in the face.
I'm surprised you didn't say
I'd
Ocarina of
argue
Time.
that
I want a new Monster
I can
Rancher. I know that's not the
appreciate
question that you
Ocarina.
asked.
Ocarina. Which? Go ahead, George. Sorry.
I want a new Monster Rancher, like the original one
Oh
for the
my
PlayStation.
god, they ported them to the Switch.
The original?
Speaking in the vein
Yeah,
of,
it got
yeah,
like
they
an
did.
HD port. It's digital only, but it's on there. I keep forgetting to buy it though. I don't know why.
Yeah, but
that just
how
annoys
would
me.
you do it? You just have to put different like Switch
I think they
cartridges
give you
in
like
to summon monsters.
you. No, I think it's like you
I
had
don't
like the
know.
original like disc codes because I found like lists of disc codes out there. I think you can still use those.
I missed the original one, man. Like I would just go and grab like a CD and
If we're
just
talking about
throw it
those
in
kind of
my
games, like
PlayStation.
I'm really liking the flow of Digimon games we've been getting recently. Like I'm really
Digimon
vibing
games
with that.
slap.
I need to
So
go
good.
back and play more of Survive. I did not put nearly enough time into that.
I need to go
be
back and
honest.
play Next Order. I need to go back and go take
Yeah.
another crack at that.
I need to go back and change the
too.
future.
Because I
Yeah,
played through
make it a little
Cyber Sleuth
better.
and I played through Hacker's Memory, and they were just it scratched that itch for a JRPG that I needed, and it was really fun. I had a lot of fun with both of those games.
Wait, what did I say mine was? Zelda 2. I thought
Yeah.
Bubsy was
Yeah.
also trash. You guys ever
Oh,
play Bubsy?
Bubsy is garbage. Anybody who actually likes
Yeah.
that game, they're also
Steaming
trash.
dumpster fire. I don't know why it ever keeps getting brought up. It's like one of those things like the ET on the Atari. You just need to throw it in a landfill and forget it exists.
Oh, Robert. So yeah, my Zelda 2, Derek Wozier's. Oh, Sonic games, just Sonic. Gotcha, Rob.
Bad opinion, but mine was Rascal on the PS1 that nobody's heard of. But
Can I add a remaster I'd love to see? The
No, you got
Bionicle
3.
game.
Yeah, Bionicle.
oh,
Rob
yes,
knows.
dude.
Yeah.
Oh
the
my
Bionicle
god,
game.
I need more.
Bionicles need to come back. Lego, come on.
Nintendo. Okay,
Nintendo.
so
I'm
fun
blaming
thing. Have you
Nintendo.
been paying attention to that that one Bionicle game somebody's taking it on themselves to make in like
I
Unreal
know.
Engine?
Really?
I hope they finish it.
So I am so excited for that. Like, give me more. Like Lego, you're listening. I know it. Give me more Bunkle content.
No.
Give me more Bunkles. I need more Bunkles. Let me give you my disposable income. Take my money. Make more.
Take money, make more. Take money, make more.
Just forget all this Star Wars nonsense. Like, look, man, those boomers have had their time in the sun. Give me Bunkles. Give me my Bunkles.
All right. All right. But in order to get it, what if you had to watch a new season of the Bionicle show?
Oh, I'd watch it.
You'd have to.
Instantly.
I'd be eating good.
Have my Bionicles on my Switch in one hand, TV looking at the other. Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be cool if you could make your own in the game, like piece by piece, like build it digitally, and then use it.
You'd start out as like a Matora and you'd work your way up to becoming a Toa eventually. Oh, that would be.
Oh,
so
that'd be
cool.
crazy if I knew what you're talking about.
Yeah, because you don't like Bunkles, because you're not a true Bunkle fan.
No,
loser.
because I didn't have the brain power to make one. Unfortunately, I just.
Oh, they were so good.
God, did your dad like crack your skull open as a kid or something?
I have this weird. I honestly.
Oh my god,
dent.
it's so
You're not
gross.
supposed
He
to
made me
confirm
touch it the
it.
last time we were together.
Everyone I ask about this say I'm freak, but I honestly have this weird dent. Like it's an indent in like the back of my skull.
I knew it. It's knew
so
you had
weird.
a brain defect. I knew it. I knew it.
Like it's honestly like probably not healthy. I don't understand it. Like it's not like a little thing. Like literally, it's like the Grand Canyon. It's like across my skull.
Like I could put my whole fist in there and probably hide it.
No, but I can like put my whole finger in there and like it's weird. Honestly, it freaks me out. Yeah, but I'm just gonna let you guys know, but you're not getting your Bokkel game. It's just not happening. Bokkel's dead.
It's fine. I still have my
No.
original copy. I'm just gonna go
still
pop it in and
believe.
play it.
I still believe.
Is Bionicles coming back?
There's a rumor they're remaking it because it's like the Lego anniversary, and there's gonna be a remake of one of them. They haven't like talked about it at all for like the anniversary.
Yeah, the red one. I
hope it's
the
true.
red one.
I
Tahoe, I
hope
believe
it's
they
true.
were starting. Like
Right.
Get out there and buy it. I need this to come back.
Yeah.
I need to have time to build these again.
What? Let's see.
God,
The
I just
upcoming,
I miss these so much. I had so much fun with those.
Hey, you ready for a date? No, I'm with my boggles. There's a war right now, and
You
I'm
never
trying
know.
to
The
settle it.
climate's changing. She might think that's pretty cool. The climate is changing.
And then she's like, "Wow, come to my bedroom," and you're like, "No, I'm playing with my boggles. That's not happening." I'm like,
I don't know. I think
Hey,
I
don't you
still
want to
might
have
take
sex? Yeah, right after this. Hold on, I'm busy.
There's a
Yeah,
war.
right after I finish this build. Just give me a second,
You just
and then I'll
started
be
though.
there until like 5
I
in the
know,
evening.
but I gotta get this rubber band on, and it's a lot of work. We're gonna have to reschedule for another night.
I
Dude,
gotta
I got my
clip the legs
I got
on,
my
rebuild the
Vezin and
torso.
Fenrak in the other room. All right, they're always ready to go.
Listen, women are temporary, bionicles are eternal.
The bionicles stay up during sex, okay?
The Bionicles watch us. All right, they
What?
guard
Listen,
us.
if you can't do it while the
The-
Toa are watching you, I don't want. I'm
The-
sorry, you need to leave.
The tribe has to watch and approve the what's going on, or else it's just not
Yeah.
sex.
Like, how dare you say that in front of Toa Pohatu? How dare you?
How dare you? How dare you? I can't believe you'd say that in front of him, the future emperor. Yeah, but it's not happening. It's not coming back. Your dream's dead. You're probably
Dude, it's coming back. Hold on,
you
let me go on
have- you
Lego's website. and
you have
try
a
to find
better
something.
Sleep with
chance.
one eye open tonight.
You have a better chance. I'm sleeping and I just see like a small bionicle, like, oh my! And I
Give me
look
massive
around.
light.
I'm just
Do it.
surrounded. No, we heard what you said. No. Now you're a bionicle forever, and my body's just like
And
just
then you become a
completely
collectible set.
dude, that's like a Goosebumps episode. It's like
It'd be a pretty rad Goosebumps episode. I'd watch that.
Rob, you're a
Yeah.
bionicle now. You're like, honestly, not even mad.
Like-
Not even upset.
I'm
Not
not
Like
at
some
all.
people are okay with being turned into marketable plushies. Like, dude, I'm a bionicle. Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Like,
what
this
if
is
you're
pretty
like,
cool?
what if you can't move though? Like you're just in the body of a bionicle.
Then I guess it is what it is. But just don't put me in the mason jar.
The mason. Wow.
I
What?
finally
Oh, go
put
ahead.
him in the mason jar. Oh, I was gonna say I finally remembered because I've been thinking back through of games that I wish I hadn't bought. You know, considered in that time frame, Duke Nukem Forever. Like, sure, I threw that one out there, but technically doesn't fit the timeline of what we were going for. The game that I will say, and this might be my hot take, and Rob, you might disagree. Digimon Rumble Arena. I love the Digimon games, but I could not
Garbage.
stand
It was
Rumble
garbage.
Arena.
I would agree with that. That is just
Yeah, it
That would-
ruined.
that
it
would
was,
be
it was
my-
so bad.
to quote
That's
one of our
my
earlier
regrets,
tier
yeah.
lists. It was an uh-oh stinky moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I liked the concept, but if you're trying to go up against a game like Smash, but with just Digimon characters, absolute failure. And like, compared to other fighting games, like, super simplistic controls and everything, and that's not to say, like, Tekken can be super in-depth, right? Soul Calibur can be super in-depth, but they're
Calibur is
simplistic
super
enough that
in-depth,
anybody
actually.
can play it.
You guys said
But-
Digimon
But
Rumble
no,
Arena.
Rumble
Right?
Arena was no.
Rumble
that
Arena.
that was
Yeah,
yes.
No.
All I'm seeing is good reviews. Like it looks like a lot of people
No,
liked
was
it.
bad. It was a bad game. Those people
No,
are.
it was a bad game.
They gotta take the nostalgia glasses off.
Like,
Lose
do
the
do
rose-tinted
Digimons like
glasses.
evolve or digivolve as like the fight progress?
So there's like a mechanic where you have to like touch one other.
No, I
Digimon
think you
that
picked
he's
like
having.
Agumon, Greymon, War Greymon, Metal Greymon.
No, it's between like rookie Digimon and then you have to like touch one of the like. It's like you can think of it as like a smash ball that comes through,
Okay.
and then you instantly go to that Digimon's mega, and then you just start,
wailing.
It was
giving
so
them the
bad.
business.
The worst part is they made 3 of those things. Actually, I
Yes.
think 4. It
It
was
must
so
have done
bad.
well. Must have done well enough to justify all these. Well, I guess the Digimon's gonna sell well, regardless, right?
That's
Mhm. Especially
Yes
in
and
Japan.
no.
Yeah.
Especially in Japan. In America, not so much. Like, Digimon is hit or miss. You either like it or you don't. And a
Yeah,
lot of the times, like I have to try to explain Digimon to people, and they're like, "Yeah, I don't get it. It just sounds like Pokemon." I'm like, "But it's so much
You want a
more."
real obscure one if we're talking about that kind of stuff? Dragon Quest Monsters. That's a real
Dragon
obscure
Quest
one that you
Monsters.
have to dig and dig to find somebody. But I'd argue that those games are better than the Pokemon games.
You know what? The original, well, maybe not the original, but the Dragon Quest Monsters for the original Game Boy, I played the ever loving shit out of that game.
I played
Uh,
the hell out of 1. I played the hell out of 2, and I never got to go further because I just couldn't, afford the other ones. But I spent so much time in 2 that I wore out the cartridge's battery
Yeah,
Gosh.
yeah.
because there
Really?
was so much to do in that game.
Damn.
Like
That's-
I ride or die for it. I love the Dragon Quest. I mean, Dragon
Wait.
Quest as a whole, I love that series. But
So you're telling
Dragon
me-
Quest
Oh, they're
Monsters
amazing.
has a special place in my heart for being like.
What if
The
wait, hold on. What if we were all hanging off from a cliff, but then on the other part of the cliff was this game? It was the last copy, and you couldn't emulate it. What do you pick? Our lives or a video game?
Well, the video game, obviously. What is this hypothetical? What is? Are you okay, man?
Is it replay value?
Do you like need to? Do you need like positive reaffirmation on our friendship? Are you okay?
Kinda, yeah.
Listen, I also feel that that's
You
a
ain't gonna get
loaded
it.
question because there's multiple people, right, that would just be like, Rob, what are you like hanging on the cliff? Rob, what are you doing? Go grab the game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know in this case why it's.
I mean,
hanging
you
off a
wouldn't have
cliff
really
without-
been able to tell me that because I would have already snapped up the game and be like, "All right, guys, see you next week if you live."
Rob,
All right, I gotta go get my Game Boy. Hold on, I'll be back. Hang on
Rob,
longer.
I'll be sitting there as you guys are holding on by like your pinky fingers, like, man, this is as good as I remember, dude. Are you seeing this?
Rob,
Rob,
did you ever play Kid Dracula
Kid Dracula.
Kid
What?
Dracula.
on the Game Boy? The
No.
OG Game Boy.
I've heard of it, but I never played it.
That's another one that I really enjoyed.
Because that was what basically like that and Castlevania 3 are what eventually gave way to Alucard, right?
Essentially, Kid Dracula is like completely different though. It's not actually part of like Castlevania or anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say what? I never heard of this Castlevania game.
Because I feel I
It's
don't know
not.
why I'm thinking that. Because I know there was like I think it was like an NES game, like it was like Akumajo like Dracula or something like that, where it was like you literally played as like a kid Alucard. It was definitely a different departure. It wasn't like a Castlevania game in the slightest, but it's why
Whoa,
that sounds
whoa, whoa, whoa,
familiar
whoa.
to me.
Kid Dracula for Nintendo Game Boy, authentic. What is this ad that I'm seeing right now? Authentic and mint condition for the Game Boy, $599 on
Oh, I
Etsy.
believe it.
Yeah, this was the
On
kind of
Etsy,
this was
though.
the one I was thinking about.
Kid Dracula?
Yes, I've heard of this.
Yeah, I love that game, man.
Wait, did you?
And
what did you
the
say?
Dragon Quest Monsters for Game Boy.
Oh, it's
I
so good.
swear to God, I heard Georgia say, "I love that game, man." I swear. Did anyone else hear that, or is it just me? Which is
Feels like
fine.
you're hearing what-
Oh, it is
Are
a
you-
spin-off to Castlevania.
Are you good, old man? Is it like past your bedtime or something?
Am I the old man?
Yeah.
You're like 45,
Yes.
Rob. Shut up.
All right, that's not true, but okay.
All right, that's interesting. I wasn't aware that it was
Okay,
actually
so you're making
technically a
stuff up now
Castlevania
too.
spin-off.
Yeah, go to bed. You're. I can see it
All
in
right,
your
it's
eyes.
over.
You're tired.
Dude, I can hit a single button and this all goes away. Literally, literally, existence
Thank
is.
you.
If I hit the
I-
big
I'm
red
trying to
button,
go grind in
It
Warframe.
literally,
Can you like
it
you
literally
know, put the
says
kibosh on
finish.
this?
You're playing Isaac with us after this. I don't want to hear diddly about Warframe. I'm like, it says right here, finish, and I press that button like twice a day.
and then I finish
Yeah.
right in my pants.
Yeah, right. Like that's what tells me when I have to. Like, I was like, cinnamon
So
strokes.
what you're telling us is you're on a hair trigger, man. I
Yeah.
would
They-
hate
At
to
all
be your
times.
signature.
Yeah,
on
they
that.
I'm
don't-
always ready.
Yeah, they
always
call me
ready.
quick draw for a reason. I don't want to. I don't want
You
to
know-
gloat, but
I mean, I thought they just called
I've
you
just
that
got a
weird
couple
kid
of blanks
Derek,
in
but
my
okay.
time. That's right.
no, they called me. Well, didn't I don't know. I think people called me the kid who was wearing a Disturbed hoodie in high school. That was like that or teabag, but usually just the one who wore Disturbed hoodies. Dude, girls meant nothing to me in high school. I had zero zero care for any girl in high school. Anyway, it's completely off topic.
Video
go on.
games.
Video games, right?
Look at us now. Who needs girls?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, Kid
that's
Dracula
it.
is a parody of the Castlevania games.
Jordan's still looking it up. He's like, he is lost in the sauce.
Mesmerized.
Yo, like I played the hell out of Kid Dracula, and then I realized that it was a remake of like a game from 1990, which was a parody of Castlevania.
It was like a Famicom exclusive, if I recall correctly.
Yeah. Yep.
George, how much did that bust of the guy from Mortal Kombat cost? Or it was like a collector's edition with.
It was a collector's edition.
So how much did it cost?
What was it? 250, 300, something like
and
that.
how much would you pay if it was ransom? Like held for hostage, and it was yours.
That?
Like, yeah, like they're like, we took this from you, and it's like like a hostage video where like, there's like hoods everyone. It's like in a torture chair. It's like give us $700 or else this thing goes in a. All right, $500. So this thing goes into $280 or else this goes in.
You just can't even think of where it's gonna go. It's a trash compactor.
$100.
No.
$50 with a Happy Meal.
I mean, I would rebuy it for $50. There's the old bookends. So the collector's edition, I believe, of MK9 had bookends of Scorpion throwing his spear, and then you have like all your books or your games or whatever, and then on the other side is Sub-Zero getting impaled by the spear. I've been looking into buying that, but people are charging way too much for it. Like I won't pay more than $50 for that. But everywhere I see it, it's like 100 or like more, and I'm like, nah.
What if I tried to sell you my Sephiroth amiibo? $100.
No. Okay. I've got both clouds.
I see you two are a purveyor of grape Skittles.
What? Grape Skittles?
Oh, you didn't see that one thing on YouTube. It was a funny little haha thing.
What about my?
It was like Sephiroth's side B was just him throwing grape Skittles. Is what it looked like.
My Legend of Zelda Sword and Shield glassware with chocolate milk in the inside. Used.
Ooh,
Bro, are you gonna share?
I'll share my chalky milk.
Heck yeah.
Like, yeah, I'll share chalky milk with the boys. I'd rather that than alcohol. I don't drink, so I'm only share my chalky milk. Yeah, because I'm a good friend. But besides that, other than that, I think that kind of wraps it up. We talked about everything we wanted to. We'll talk about retro. Unless you guys have any last comments before we play some video.
I have more games that I would love to see remakes, remasters, and stuff, but we can save that for another time because I'm sure I'm the only one that'll get it.
Rob, any last words before we never see each other again?
Support emulation. Yeah, that's about it.
Support emulation. That's right. Remember, we're Games and Gear. This is the panel, the council. This particular kind of episodes every 2 weeks, give or take, depending on we solidify that. Like, comment, subscribe wherever you watch us. YouTube, subscribe to us. TikTok, subscribe to us so the Chinese overlord can like us. Let's see here. Join our Discord because we can talk on there. Tweet at us. What your favorite movie is. I don't know. Mine's Mario, the new Mario movie. Tell Derek he matters. This is all important stuff. Have a good one, guys.
Really is.
We'll see you next time, guys. Bye bye.
Every day. Bye.
Yeah, bye. It's.